It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai! Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power.
Hello there. It's been a while, isn't it?
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you. That my brother from Japan. Good morning to you. From wherever you're watching from, this is Maiyegun live. Boo boo, I miss you too. Do not forget, like this broadcast, share it, subscribe if you haven't already, right? Read the caption of the broadcast, sit back, relax while we get started.
Maiyegun diary Politico.
Thank you very much. You probably are wondering, when last did you see Tinubu? When last did you see him in public? When last did you hear from him? Well, I remember reminding you that you are now in the Boko Haram Pro Max era. People will be speaking for him. Sometimes they'll be retracting a statement they make in the morning, replacing them with another statement in the afternoon, change them again in the evening, and possibly change them again. But you know the person they are speaking for, you are likely never going to see much of him again.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, so like lórí YouTube.
Help, help, help. That's exactly what Tinubu is screaming.
And yes, right.
They want to give me Abiola treatment, MKO treatment. They are working to annul my election. They are trying to stop my inauguration. An electoral thief is screaming. There is more, not from him directly, but from those that actually engineered this disaster for their own benefit. They are screaming, and they are also running away from the lawyers. Thank you very much. Go to court, go to court, go to court. We were wondering, how could they be so confident that after rigging an election, that the INEC is still unable to present the evidence of the result announced? They ferried Kolu out of Nigeria a few days ago. Then the rumor broke. The Chief Justice of Nigeria was on his way to London to go and meet Kolu and his representatives. Since this whole thing is going to, has ended in court. Go to court, go to court. Remember, I did say as well that there is something about this obedient movement. It is like, the moment of truth, where every hidden things, every disguised one Nigeria nonsense, including the rotten and destroyed institutions in Nigeria, corrupt institutions. The obedient movement came to expose them, challenge them in their own stuff, and then expose them into a serious ridicule, the corrupt system in Nigeria. Not because people didn't know that the Nigeria system is corrupt. They just never thought it was this deep. A lot of us knew. But with the obedient, right, they were able to expose the charade called elections in Nigeria. Even though they have so much expectations, by the way. They didn't do this just to expose them. They thought they could take them down. Now, the establishment is never going to go down just without a fight. However, it has also shown the vulnerability, the exposure, the corruption that is the foundation of Nigeria, starting with the election. Right. They exposed that. INEC chairman who spent billions of naira campaigning for a charade that was already rigged in favor of APC. It was just like a normal ritual. Let's go and do election. Who participated in an election that the rules is written by the criminals who are also participating? Well, for the sake of experience and education, they say, life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. And exactly what is going on right now, as the INEC failed the tests, got exposed, shattered, to the point that the credibility, where they never had any. No single credibility came out of their charade called election. People died. And they said, go to court. Now the battle has been taken to court, whereby the Nigeria Judiciary is now on trial. This is something that the criminals who ruined and destroyed, corrupted all institutions, are now screaming out in their top lungs. Help, help, help. They want to intimidate the judiciary so that the judiciary can annul the election. The judiciary can disqualify Kolu. Oh, they want to start a problem. Oh, they are looking for interim government. All this screaming and screaming, they are real. But it doesn't mean that they are actually or in any way lost control. They haven't. But there is fire on the mountain. The judiciary, which is the last place they want to seal the rigging. Now the judiciary is on trial. The Chief Justice of Nigeria don't they do skit video. In my life, I have never seen a video skit of a Chief Justice of Nigeria until APC Egbekegbe happened. Now, every now and then, maybe people joined us and knew, Maiyegun, what is Egbekegbe? Do you remember that fella song? Egbekegbe na bad society. Beast of no nation. Egbekegbe. Who are the beast of no nation? The rulers of Nigeria from time immemorial. Now, if you look at the amalgamation of the crooked, strange bedfellows that came together with vengeance, to form APC, and what they have shown and become, you can call them the beasts of no nation. They use religion to divide people. They use tribe to divide people. They use ethnicity to divide the people. And they weaponize poverty against those who are those that they are using and those who are the victims of that poverty. Millions of Nigerians who cut across all ethnic and tribal nationalities have that in mind, though. But the beasts of no nation in APC, Egbekegbe, they don't give a damn. They leverage on it. It's a profit. When you are bleeding, when you are dying, it is like a Bitcoin for the APC. Egbekegbe, the beasts of no nation. I am so sorry for some of you who have actually who are defending them because you think you share something in you have an affiliation with them. Oh, they are Yorubas, I have to support them. Oh, they are Northerners, I have to be with them. Oh, they are Christian, I have to defend them. Oh, they are Muslims, I have to defend them. You are lost. You are the pawn on their chess table. For those who have smartened up enough, they know them as beasts of no nation. APC. Egbekegbe. So when they came in together and infiltrated all institutions, corrupt them, destroy them, right? And Nigerians are left at the mercy of a lawless country. But they continue to shout rule of law, rule of law, rule of law. They don't obey any court order. You know that? But this time around, there will be no court order. And that is why, for some reason, on the 13th of March 2023, the Chief Justice of Nigeria left Nigeria. That was when this picture was taken. It wasn't a new picture. But there are some other things. Kolu, who left Nigeria by turning off his flight, tracker. Some now said, this man who has been in London for over a week met with Tinubu's representatives in London. Okay? And when they met, they are meeting for no other thing other than the constitution of the Court of Appeal that will listen to the presidential petition and cases. And then if the whole thing ended up in the Supreme Court, what are the odds? What are their chances? What are the things that they need to do? All of these are not new. Sure you get. Like, if you have been following Nigerian politics for a long time, bribing judges, compromising the judiciary, compromising the electoral system, compromising the security system, compromising the entire structure of institutions that should conduct free and fair election, that should select the people's choice. They compromise them from the onset, starting from registration. And that's exactly what they do too. If you end up in court, they compromise the judiciary. The highest bidder gets the most favorable judgment in Nigerian courts. Rarely would you actually see justice in any Nigerian courts. And I'm not making this up. However, for the first time, people are putting tracker on the players who are playing different roles in the destruction of Nigeria. Whatever happens in Nigeria at the end of the day. If Nigeria explodes, if it goes into a serious war, civil war, whatever. Now, the advantage of the obedient movement is to expose the role everyone is playing. Mahmoud has won the top award of the person who wrote election results and then gave all of you who should be the winner or who should be the loser, and it's only the only person empowered by your fraudulent constitution to doing that. Compromised. Job done. So how do you make sure the numbers cooked by Yakubu, when it gets to that Supreme Court, it's just going to be easy peasy? Waste of money, waste of time, waste of life, waste of resources, waste of hope. All will come to one thing, the establishment. Rigging you again. It's all rigged. It is a deep state. But surprisingly, the news then broke that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, disguised like a cripple on a wheelchair, to go and attend a meeting called by Tinubu in London. That meeting happened. Look at me very well. Yeah. That meeting happened. You know why? Immediately after the news broke, not Tinubu, the criminals, the ass leakers, the propagandists around him, they quickly denied it. And immediately they started wiping up sentiments, blackmail. Oh, you these children, you want to ridicule Nigeria. How dare you try to ridicule the judiciary? All of you, what you are doing is going to cause problem. Oh, you are going to, you want to destroy, you want to intimidate the judiciary so that they will annul election of Tinubu. Why are you worried? Let the judiciary worry. Ladies and gentlemen, 24 hours after this picture made it out, the man that couldn't walk, the CJN of Nigeria, that was nominated by Tinubu. In case some of you don't know, some of the justices in the Supreme Court, many of them were appointed by these politicians and confirmed by Buhari. They have just one purpose and one purpose only: to serve the purpose and the interest of the criminal politicians in Nigeria. If it comes to the last minute, they have a line of ruling. For the sake of national security, they cannot cancel the election, despite all the atrocities, abnormalities, and the illegalities cited by the opposition, the rigging and all of that. But for the sake of national security, we cannot cancel this election. Therefore, Bola Tinubu is hereby returned elected president of Nigeria. Then you see celebration. Hey, all of you will see all of that. You will see the cheating. You will see the what do you call it? The legal abracadabra. You will see the Supreme Court justices who are only there and there for the establishment. Nothing to change. Not even now that you have to make a Chief Justice of Nigeria to start doing video skits. Have you seen this?
Sorry, get my feet. Ima, let's go. Ima? Where's Ima? Okay. Ima? Where's Ima?
They had to start doing video. That's what you are going to be seeing too. Okay, you're going to be seeing 20 seconds video, 30 seconds video of Tinubu, just to show to you that he's alive. Any rumor they are saying, don't listen to them. Tinubu is alive. 30 seconds video. It will just work out. He will walk out here. Sometimes he will meet people and greet them. Sometimes he will just say something, 30 seconds. That is the era. Just like Bokwari's time. People will be talking. They will be replying people. They will be attacking people. They will be threatening people. They will even be arresting people on behalf of Tinubu. But you will not see him. You will not see him. That is the era. So when they met in London, according to the reports, it wasn't the Chief Justice of Nigeria only that met with Kolu in London. And it doesn't have to, it didn't really have to meet with Kolu directly. Do you remember the G5? Can anybody say they can present a single photo where the G5 met with any APC or Tinubu in London? Can you present any? Of course not. Sure you get. Their deal is always very straightforward. Kolu plans from the beginning to the end. And in all of this seems to be the toughest state capture. Capturing Nigeria, rigging Nigeria all through, and forcing it down their throats, and ensuring that it remains so and permanent is a big task. And just like he said, why do you need technology when you have the chairman of the commission? Yes, sir. There's this INEC technology. We are having people who can help us attack and then hack it. The beavers and the rest, sir. And they are saying that this guy is from Colombia. He can hack anything. And with $2 million, sir, they will hack the server for us, and we can input our rigged numbers in it. And Tinubu looked at them and he said, listen, why do you need a technology? When you have the man that put the technology in place, or the man that we actually use the technology. They didn't understand, and said, nominating Yakubu for INEC as INEC chairman was his own doing, Tinubu's doing. Planning all along, planning to the end. Yakubu was nominated as INEC chairman to Bokwari, and he got the approval just like expected. He delivered the first rigging in 2019. He told the whole world they were conducting a scientific election. The one that election, I mean, if you don't have your fingerprint biometric taken, you cannot vote. And when you finish voting, your election, I mean, your voting result will be transmitted right away from the polling unit to somewhere called the INEC server. That was the campaign, the propaganda and the lies of 2019. It worked. When they got to court, remember I told you, those thugs who are snatching ballot boxes, those thugs who are attacking you during the time you were voting, those policemen who are also helping them to rig elections, right? Those ones are just a mere distraction. The real people that rig your election are the INEC officials themselves, who impute numbers that you never actually voted. And they will announce the number, and the winners will go about and say, congratulations, we won. So when they go to court, you might think you will actually go to court and get this all sorted, right? Here is what will happen. When INEC is ready to deliver their rigging to the last, they will also deliver evidence that, yes, they rigged you, okay? But there's nothing you can do about it. It is the INEC that rigged elections in Nigeria. So Tinubu did what? He picked the chairman of that commission. So once you pick the head, the rest of the body will follow suit. And that's exactly what happened. So today, they were serving Tinubu the letter or the court papers to say, Alaye, you get case. You have stolen an election. I think that's one of the reasons why he actually, not one of the reasons, not the reason maybe, right? But he voted, he jackpot. So the lawyers who went to see him, they met his absence. So they told them, serve him through his party. Listen to this. I'm coming back to that Chief Justice, the way they do Skit. We'll come back to that.
What really transpired in court as at the time you were there?
Well, we've come to urge the court to grant us leave to serve the second and third respondent, that is Ahmed Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, with our court processes by substituted means. That is to say, to permit us to serve them through the legal advisor of All Progressives Congress, APC, in Abuja here.
What are the court processes?
The petition, we have filed petition against the return of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima by INEC. And we have to serve them by substituted means because it is practically impossible to serve them personally as required by law, because having been returned and now declared president-elect, the security around them will make it practically impossible for them to be served personally. And we have taken the liberty to activate the jurisdiction of the court to permit us to serve them through the legal advisor or any officer of APC at the APC national headquarters.
It's okay. Off your mic, it's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the torchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come, okay, some people be they holla say they want the power.
It's okay. Off your mic, it's okay. She off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, Maiyegun don't come, my people make we shout, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, Maiyegun don't come, Maiyegun Diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, this one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, and in the torchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come, okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle so they can't get the power.
Hello there. It's been a while, isn't it?
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you. That my brother from Japan. Good morning to you. From wherever you're watching from, this is Maiyegun live. Boo boo, I miss you too. Do not forget, like this broadcast, share it, subscribe if you haven't already, right? Read the caption of the broadcast, sit back, relax while we get started.
Maiyegun Diary, Politico.
Thank you very much. You probably are wondering, when last did you see Tinubu? When last did you see him in public? When last did you hear from him? Well, I remember reminding you that you are now in the Boko Haram Pro Max era. People will be speaking for him. Sometimes they'll be retracting a statement they make in the morning, replacing them with another statement in the afternoon, change them again in the evening, and possibly change them again. But you know the person they are speaking for, you are likely never going to see much of him again.
Lórí Facebook, and yes, like Lórí YouTube,
help. That's exactly what Tinubu is screaming.
And yes, like
they want to give me Abiola treatment, MKO treatment. They are working to annul my election. They are trying to stop my inauguration. An electoral thief is screaming. There is more, not from him directly, but from those that actually engineered this disaster for their own benefit. They are screaming, and they are also running away from the lawyers. Thank you very much. Go to court. We were wondering, how could they be so confident that after rigging an election, that the INEC is still unable to present the evidence of the result announced? They ferried Kolu out of Nigeria a few days ago. Then the rumor broke. The Chief Justice of Nigeria was on his way to London to go and meet Kolu and his representatives. Since this whole thing is going to, has ended in court. Go to court. Remember, I did say as well that there is something about this obedient movement. It is like, the moment of truth, where every hidden things, every disguised one Nigeria nonsense, including the rotten and destroyed institutions in Nigeria, corrupt institutions. The obedient movement came to expose them, challenge them in their own stuff, and then expose them into a serious ridicule, the corrupt system in Nigeria. Not because people didn't know that the Nigeria system is corrupt. They just never thought it was this deep. A lot of us knew. But with the obedient, right, they were able to expose the charade called elections in Nigeria, even though they have so much expectations, by the way. They didn't do this just to expose them. They thought they could take them down. Now, the establishment is never going to go down just without a fight. However, it has also shown the vulnerability, the exposure, the corruption that is the foundation of Nigeria, starting with the election. Right. They exposed that. INEC chairman who spent billions of naira campaigning for a charade that was already rigged in favor of APC. It was just like a normal ritual. Let's go and do election. Who participated in an election that the rules is written by the criminals who are also participating? Well, for the sake of experience and education, they say, life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. And exactly what is going on right now, as the INEC failed the tests, got exposed, shattered, to the point that the credibility, where they never had any. No single credibility came out of their charade called election. People died. And they said, go to court. Now the battle has been taken to court, whereby the Nigeria judiciary is now on trial. This is something that the criminals who ruined and destroyed, corrupted all institutions, are now screaming out in their top lungs. Help, help, help. They want to intimidate the judiciary so that the judiciary can annul the election. The judiciary can disqualify Kolu. Oh, they want to start a problem. Oh, they are looking for interim government. All this screaming and screaming, they are real. But it doesn't mean that they are actually or in any way lost control. They haven't. But there is fire on the mountain. The judiciary, which is the last place they want to seal the rigging. Now the judiciary is on trial. The Chief Justice of Nigeria don't they do skit video. In my life, I have never seen a video skit of a Chief Justice of Nigeria until APC Egbekegbe happened. Now, every now and then, maybe people who joined us anew. Maiyegun, what is Egbekegbe? Do you remember that fella song? Egbekegbe na bad society. Beast of no nation. Egbekegbe. Who are the beast of no nation? The rulers of Nigeria from time immemorial. Now, if you look at the amalgamation of the crooked, strange bedfellows that came together with vengeance, to form APC and what they have shown and become, you can call them the beasts of no nation. They use religion to divide people. They use tribe to divide people. They use ethnicity to divide the people. And they weaponize poverty against those who are those that they are using and those who are the victims of that poverty. Millions of Nigerians who cut across all ethnic and tribal nationalities. Have that in mind though. But the beasts of no nation in APC, Egbekegbe, they don't give a damn. They leverage on it. It's a profit. When you are bleeding, when you are dying, it is like a Bitcoin for the APC. Egbekegbe, the beasts of no nation. I am so sorry for some of you who have actually who are defending them because you think you share something in, you have an affiliation with them. Oh, they are Yorubas, I have to support them. Oh, they are Northerners, I have to be with them. Oh, they are Christian, I have to defend them. Oh, they are Muslims, I have to defend them. You are lost. You are the pawn on their chess table. For those who have smartened up enough, they know them as beasts of no nation. APC. Egbekegbe. So when they came in together and infiltrated all institutions, corrupt them, destroy them, right? And Nigerians are left at the mercy of a lawless country. But they continue to shout rule of law, rule of law, rule of law. They don't obey any court order. You know that? But this time around, there will be no court order. And that is why, for some reason, on the 13th of March 2023, the Chief Justice of Nigeria left Nigeria. That was when this picture was taken. It wasn't a new picture. But there are some other things. Kolu, who left Nigeria by turning off his flight, tracker. Some now said, this man who has been in London for over a week met with Tinubu's representatives in London. Okay? And when they met, they are meeting for no other thing other than the constitution of the Court of Appeal that will listen to the presidential petition and cases. And then if the whole thing ended up in the Supreme Court, what are the odds? What are their chances? What are the things that they need to do? All of these are not new. Sure you get. Like, if you have been following Nigerian politics for a long time, bribing judges, compromising the judiciary, compromising the electoral system, compromising the security system, compromising the entire structure of institutions that should conduct free and fair election, that should select the people's choice. They compromise them from the onset, starting from registration. And that's exactly what they do too. If you end up in court, they compromise the judiciary. The highest bidder gets the most favorable judgment in Nigerian courts. Rarely would you actually see justice in any Nigerian courts. And I'm not making this up. However, for the first time, people are putting tracker on the players who are playing different roles in the destruction of Nigeria, whatever happens in Nigeria at the end of the day. If Nigeria explodes, if it goes into a serious war, civil war, whatever. Now, the advantage of the obedient movement is to expose the role everyone is playing. Mahmoud has won the top award of the person who wrote election results and then gave all of you who should be the winner or who should be the loser, and is only the only person empowered by your fraudulent constitution to doing that. Compromised. Job done. So how do you make sure the numbers cooked by Yakubu, when it gets to that Supreme Court, it's just going to be easy peasy? Waste of money, waste of time, waste of life, waste of resources, waste of hope. All will come to one thing, the establishment. Rigging you again. It's all rigged. It is a deep state. But surprisingly, the news then broke that the Chief Justice of Nigeria, disguised like a cripple on a wheelchair, to go and attend a meeting called by Tinubu in London. That meeting happened. Look at me very well. Yeah. That meeting happened. You know why? Immediately after the news broke, not Tinubu, the criminals, the ass leakers, the propagandists around him, they quickly denied it. And immediately they started wiping up sentiment, blackmail. Oh, you these children, you want to ridicule Nigeria. How dare you try to ridicule the judiciary? All of you, what you are doing is going to cause problem. Oh, you want to destroy, you want to intimidate the judiciary so that they will annul election of Tinubu. Why are you worried? Let the judiciary worry. Ladies and gentlemen, 24 hours after this picture made it out, the man that couldn't walk, the CJN of Nigeria, that was nominated by Tinubu. In case some of you don't know, some of the justices in the Supreme Court, many of them were appointed by these politicians and confirmed by Bokwari. They have just one purpose and one purpose only: to serve the purpose and the interest of the criminal politicians in Nigeria. If it comes to the last minute, they have a line of ruling. For the sake of national security, they cannot cancel the election, despite all the atrocities, abnormalities, and the illegalities cited by the opposition, the rigging and all of that. But for the sake of national security, we cannot cancel this election. Therefore, Bola Tinubu is hereby returned, elected president of Nigeria. Then you see celebration. Hey, all of you will see all of that. You will see the cheating. You will see the what do you call, the legal abracadabra. You will see the Supreme Court justices who are only there and there for the establishment. Nothing to change. Not even now that you have to make a Chief Justice of Nigeria to start doing video skits. Have you seen this?
Sorry, get back here. Let's go. Ima, let's go. Ima? Where's Ima? Okay. Ima? Where's Ima?
They had to start doing video. That's what you are going to be seeing too. Okay, you're going to be seeing 20 seconds video, 30 seconds video of Tinubu, just to show to you that he's alive. Any rumor they are saying, don't listen to them. Tinubu is alive. 30 seconds video. It will just walk out. It will walk out here. Sometimes he will meet people and greet them. Sometimes he will just say something. 30 seconds. That is the era. Just like Bokwari's time. People will be talking. They will be replying people. They will be attacking people. They will be threatening people. They will even be arresting people on behalf of Tinubu. But you will not see him. You will not see him. That is the era. So when they met in London, according to the reports, it wasn't the Chief Justice of Nigeria only that met with Kolu in London. And it doesn't have to, it didn't really have to meet with Kolu directly. Do you remember the G5? Can anybody say they can present a single photo where the G5 met with any APC or Tinubu in London? Can you present any? Of course not. Sure you get. Their deal is always very straightforward. Kolu plans from the beginning to the end. And in all of this seems to be the toughest state capture. Capturing Nigeria, rigging Nigeria all through, and forcing it down their throats, and ensuring that it remains so and permanent is a big task. And just like he said, why do you need technology when you have the chairman of the commission? Yes, sir. There's this INEC technology. We are having people who can help us attack and then hack it. The beavers and the rest, sir. And they are saying that this guy is from Colombia. He can hack anything. And with $2 million, sir, they will hack the server for us, and we can input our rigged numbers in it. And Tinubu looked at them and he said, listen, why do you need a technology? When you have the man that put the technology in place, or the man that we actually use the technology. They didn't understand, and said, nominating Yakubu for INEC as INEC chairman was his own doing. Tinubu's doing. Planning all along, planning to the end. Yakubu was nominated as INEC chairman to Bokwari, and he got the approval just like expected. He delivered the first rigging in 2019. He told the whole world they were conducting a scientific election. The one that election, I mean, if you don't have your fingerprint biometric taken, you cannot vote. And when you finish voting, your election, I mean, your voting result will be transmitted right away from the polling unit to somewhere called the INEC server. That was the campaign, the propaganda and the lies of 2019. It worked. When they got to court, remember I told you, those thugs who are snatching ballot boxes, those thugs who are attacking you during the time you were voting, those policemen who are also helping them to rig elections, right? Those ones are just a mere distraction. The real people that rig your election are the INEC officials themselves, who impute numbers that you never actually voted. And they will announce the number. And the winners will go about and say, congratulations, congratulations, we won. So when they go to court, you might think you will actually go to court and get this all sorted, right? Here is what will happen. When INEC is ready to deliver their rigging to the last, they will also deliver evidence that, yes, they rigged you, okay? but there's nothing you can do about it. It is the INEC that rigged elections in Nigeria. So Tinubu did what? He picked the chairman of that commission. So once you pick the head, the rest of the body will follow suit, and that's exactly what happened. So today, they were serving Tinubu the letter or the court papers to say, Alaye, you get case. You have stolen an election. I think that's one of the reasons why he actually, not one of the reasons, not the reason maybe, right? But he voted, he jackpot. So the lawyers who went to see him, they met his absence. So they told them, serve him through his party. Listen to this. I'm coming back to that Chief Justice, the way they do Skit. We'll come back to that.
What really transpired in court as at the time you were there?
Well, we've come to urge the court to grant us leave to serve the second and third respondent, that is Ahmed Bola Tinubu and Kashim Shettima, with our court processes by substituted means. That is to say, to permit us to serve them through the legal advisor of All Progressives Congress, APC, in Abuja here.
What are the processes?
The petition, we have filed petition against the return of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Kashim Shettima by INEC. And we have to serve them by substituted means because it is practically impossible to serve them personally as required by law, because having been returned and now declared president-elect, the security around them will make it practically impossible for them to be served personally. And we have taken the liberty to activate the jurisdiction of the court to permit us to serve them through the legal advisor or any officer of APC at the APC national headquarters.
Your name, sir?
My name is Ikechukwu Ezechukwu. Counsel to the petitioners, Gregory Peter Obi and Labour Party.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now, let me explain to you what is going on so that you can be able to piece them together, okay? It's not just going to all come out like, you get what I mean? Let's piece them together. Let's piece them together now, okay? On the 25th of February, INEC in Nigeria and the government of Nigeria announced that they were conducting a presidential election, right? That everybody should participate. And with the promise that if you participate in this election, again, like 2019, you shouldn't be worried because it will be, it will be counted. And for you to be more confident in the system or in the process, we will be uploading, you will be able to upload your final result from your polling unit straight to what's called the IREF, INEC results, something, whatever. Now, on the day of the elections, among other dramas, people got shot at, chased, attacked, even killed across Nigeria. Voters were denied. But when people finally voted, those who managed to, they faced the second phase of the problems set by the same INEC, Tinubu, unable to upload their result as promised. For some reason, the back-end server wasn't working. So people kept trying and trying and trying and trying. And that was a new problem. Guess what? Every other result they were able to upload all results. House of Reps, Senate, the election that was conducted same time, from the same space, used the same beavers, and they were able to upload the result of the Reps and Senate. not that of the president. Ironically or technologically. So when people kept trying, they said at the back end, APC, Egbekebe, they were uploading falsified results, mutilated results, different things that were not like, in some cases, right? They were uploading results that don't belong to the polling units where they were uploaded. And they were doing this so manually. And guess what? Using just few computers in one single location, which have now been geo-tracked to Lagos. Somewhere in Lagos is where they uploaded all the fake results announced by Yakubu, including some of the states where they actually handed them prepared results and who to be announced winners. All of this happened in Lagos. And the OB and his team, they already have their investigation that tracked that down, geo-tracked it, and they know the location where they uploaded all your fake results. I'm not making this up. Oh. Now, all of this, one thing is left. If you are not satisfied with the way the election was conducted, go to court. So going to court means you must have something different from what INEC announced, Dabi. So to compare, if INEC rigged, lied, you must have something that is different, Abi, to prove and counterprove, Abi. So that was what they expected, and they then approached the courts to tell the INEC to allow them to access all of the electoral materials used for the presidential election. That was when INEC developed their cold feet. Guess what? INEC went back to court. The same INEC that conducted free and fair elections. So they went back to court and said, court, we need your permission. We want to reformat the entire tablet or beavers we used for the presidential election because we need to use them again next week. What happened to the data in them? Oh, they are stored in the cloud. Really? Okay, give us what you stored in the cloud. Give us what you stored in your server before you wipe them off. Then INEC went to court and said, no, we can't. We can't let you see that. When the fight, dragging continued, on the 19th day, 2 days before the deadline of filing a court case against the election, INEC finally said, okay, yeah, take. That's the result. Guess what? They presented the result of 2 states, incomplete 2 states results, and the election materials and all that for 2 states out of 36 states in Nigeria. All of this, remember, you don't need technology. You just need the chairman. Whatever money cannot do, more money will do it. Do you know that? So INEC already compromising the process that could prove to the world that they rigged an election that everybody actually knows they did, but because of them they rig. The case that you have in court against Tinubu is not against Tinubu, it's against INEC of Nigeria. Once INEC blink, Tinubu don't fall. And that is why Tinubu need the judges that are going to look into all of this. How about you call it technical? Let's just say it's technical problem. We cannot cancel the whole thing. We cannot do another election. We cannot, or maybe we should actually rile everybody up. Let us accuse them, the people that we told to go to court. Let's accuse them of doing something that we are about to do. Go to court. Do you know something? Their propaganda now is that the Igbos, they want to do what they did to Abiola, to Tinubu. Abiola didn't steal votes. Abiola didn't kill people or stop people from voting. Sure you know. Abiola didn't buy INEC. Abiola didn't empower thugs to kill people. Remember that when you think, okay? And indeed, I wasn't too young. When the MKO Abiola's election happened, with all the fears and all of the old wahala that surrounded that at the time, it was in fact more accepted and acceptable to a lot of people across Nigeria than this drug dealer, this drug baron, this sick, demented Kalu. Don't mix them up. Or in their propaganda world, that's not how they see it. They have a base that they will rile up. Yorubas. Yoruba says, Yoruba Ronu. Yoruba, please Ronu. They want to do Abiola to Tinubu. Eh? But do you know something? Among the people they killed for Tinubu are Yorubas. The people killed by his thugs, especially in Lagos, are also Yorubas, and they don't give a damn about them. So they're about to launch that propaganda that they're about to annul their elections. Because once INEC blink, you know what they call baby schedule? The baby battle, INEC is now going to be the baby. Once the baby blink, Tinubu is gone. To save his head. Now the person we're going to make that announcement. Why do you need to bribe all judges when you can pick the Chief Justice? The one that you facilitated is nomination, is ascension. He holds you anyway. Person will know if you walk a week ago. Person will be say, as at 48 hours ago, it was in London. And the obedient who found this picture uploaded it and said, yes, we have the evidence. The Chief Justice of Nigeria have led other justices to go and meet Kolu and take his deal. When the G5 were meeting them in London, I told you, the Lagos Abobakus, the on-boot slaves, the sophisticated morons, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all-risers. They said, bring evidence. I said, I don't hold you one. But with a wiki, when you make a deal with a wiki, you are just making a deal with a public addressing system. It will tell us. And indeed, he came back and he said, yes, we are free agents, G5. We met with Tinubu, we met with Obi, we met with Obasanjo, we met with Atiku. Everybody came with their offer, with their deal. And I told you, do not be deceived. With Wike and his G5, they will gladly take the deal of Kolu. Tinubu is like a drug dealer, a drug lord. Why am I saying he's like? He's a drug lord. What they do is deal. They give you, they say, what is that thing in that narco movie? Can you remember that they say bullet? Say meta or como or meta or something like that. Say you want to take life or bullets. Life is when they make you a deal to do something for them, compromise and do their bidding. So they will reward you with so much money. You get money. But if you have the chance and they say, do this for us, and you don't want to do it for them, that means you are going to be an obstacle. Abi? As an obstacle, they have the chance to remove you. So they give you bullets. Sorry. Platter. Pumo. God bless you. People, they watch movie, yeah. Or more. Okay. That's good. Now I know better. So if I get lost in using movie to make my description, you will come to my rescue. God bless you. They say plomo or platter. Plomo or platter. That's how Tinubu deals. For Tinubu, everybody has a price. Baba know the disguise. To Tinubu, everybody has a price. You just need to press on until you actually guess right their price. Do you know that? Tinubu can give you landed properties, finished property. He can give you a whole house outside Nigeria. He can give you things you want. All he wants from you is just a little compromise so that you don't delay him in getting what he wants. Simple. Before you make your offer, before you say this is what I want, Tinubu and gang, they will give you based on what they value you as state governors. How did he buy state governors? Do you think he gave them money? Do you think Tinubu paid state governors and all these other people money to do his bidding? It's not always money. So when he met with Wike and Co. in London, he asked them, what did they want? What would you like? I know you are PDP, I am APC. All I want is that from our permutations, we are going to have a problem in the south of Nigeria. We already have problems in the southeast. In the middle belt of Nigeria, we've worked something out. But how can we work together? Like, you said you want a southern president, right? We are from the south. We know Obi is there. I am here. I know a lot of you, but for your own political survivor, what do you want? And Wike didn't want much. He wants immunity, free pass, to go and enjoy all his own loot. Everything is stolen, right? Every crime is committed. He would want to go and enjoy them in peace. Somebody needs to guarantee that. Somebody needs to look away. It all starts from granting him the free pass to choose his own successor. Do you get that? Yeah. All of them, Ikweazu wanted to choose his own successor. Where Wike would choose Ace to keep his state and cover his ass. Egwayi in Enugu wanted to save his ass, cover his ass, and he would like to choose his own successor. Whatever Regan Tinubu is planning, it must cover them, and it must cover them all the way to the Supreme Court. If this whole thing ended in court, would you do that? Well, that's easy. Of course, we can do that. You can have your way, as long as you can work it around and then make sure I get the 25%. That's what I'm looking for. 25% of the vote. I don't need to win. If you say we can go ahead and do what we want to do, yeah, you will get more than 25% Ashiwaju. I think the same offer was given to Atifku. The same offer was given to Obi, which they didn't give any specific answer. In fact, Werewike said they crossed out Atifku entirely because they couldn't take his word. Even if Atifku said, I am giving up everything for you, they won't believe him. It was just for semantics to host him as well in London. But what's the point I'm making? Throughout all this whole deal, the person when you appear for picture, now he can't get the deal. Now he can't enter, can't go rig for, mutilate everywhere, keep people for. Why did they do that? Because they love him? No! Oh, because they respect him? No! They're doing it for themselves. That is their own part of the deal. They need to hold their side down. Tinubu will hold his own side down as well. And if it is for power, everybody will get what they want. If you stand on their way, you will also get what you want. You can get killed. But before we start killing, let's make sure that we are not in any legal trouble. But let me tell you something. One of the problems that Tinubu is scared of about his court case. Do you want to know? I'll tell you. One of his most dreaded worry is that part of American conviction. You know, they are trying to explain to you that forfeiture is not conviction or indictment. That's what they are telling you in Nigeria, right? But sometimes in 2004, I think, or 14 rather, 2014, you see this man, the Chief Justice of Nigeria now, actually did rule on something that has to do with forfeiture, okay? And it was between Mohammed Abacha, Sonny Abacha's son, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where Abacha, the kleptomaniac dictator, the murderer, as some of, what do you call it? Some of his looted resources from Nigeria confiscated. But his own son and children were also part of the whole carnage, the whole killing spree that Abacha carried out. So they were standing and the forfeiture ruling came up. It was this Tinubu's new confidant that did rule this, Fani-Kayode Ariwola. He said, this is an appeal against the judgment of the Court of Appeal Abuja Division, delivered on the 18th day of April 2005, whereby it resolved against the appellant the questions that were referred to it by the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, right? Justice Sally, blah, 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 blah. And then ruling on the forfeiture here said, the whole purpose of this ad hominem legislation, as clearly stated in section 1 of the decree, was to recover from the persons named therein properties and monies acquired corruptly and illegally by them, bearing in mind that in interpreting a statute, the court must avoid absurdity. It is necessary to juxtapose the term forfeiture with indemnity to ascertain the intention of the lawmaker. Black's Law Dictionary, 8th edition, at page 677 defines forfeiture thus: the divestiture of property without compensation, the loss of a right, privilege, and property because of a crime, breach of obligation, or neglect of duty. It goes on to say, title is instantaneously transferred to another, such as the government, a corporation, or a private person. Therefore, forfeiture connotes punishment for a crime committed, and its effect is instantaneous. Indemnity is defined at page 784, subparagraph as 1. A duty to make good any loss, damage, or liability incurred by another. The right of an injured party to claim reimbursement for its loss, damage, or liability from a person who has such a duty. Indemnity and forfeiture are clearly diametrically opposed to one another. A person who has forfeited property on the basis of a crime cannot be entitled to indemnity. Forfeiture is a form of punishment. There is no indemnity in our criminal procedure, according to this man, who is now the Chief Justice of Nigeria. He will be sitting with 6 other justices that will then have to explain the criminality behind Tinubu forfeiting $460,000 and heroin proceed illegally acquired, which to avoid jail, he had to forfeit. That is part of the case. And that is why they kind of feel like the court is going to annul them. But when you remember the propaganda of naira scarcity, fuel scarcity, and the Aso Rock cabal trying to stop Tinubu, and every other propaganda thrown into the fray ahead of the February 25th charade called elections, right? Only for all of you to now realize that it was just a mere distraction. They are doing all of this together so as to make it look a little bit like a legit. And in other words, to make it sound like Tinubu is doing all of this by himself. He's responsible for the rigging. Therefore, he will be responsible for the violence that will follow. In my own opinion, it is ideal to divert that. And in this case, going to court is now about to be termed as the intention to repeat MKO Abiola annulment. It is also going to be a stage where Tinubu's propaganda are going to go all out now, to finally ignite the flame of that tribal war, ethnic war. And guess what? They are going to blame the Igbos. I hope you are ready. These young people and old, they gathered in Abuja and they're actually asking for interim government, something that Tinubu believe is the end goal to stop him from being president of Nigeria. I mean, they did say, they want a new election, and they want an interim government. Shocking. It happened in Abuja. I'll take you there.
whatsoever they want to submit to the leadership of the House. Nobody goes beyond here if it is not officially invited. That is the stand. So I want you people to understand so that you will help us to help you. If you take the position where it is earmarked for protests, we will give you the necessary support you need. We will take you in. You will submit whatever paper you have, and I'm sure it will be attended to. That's the standard practice here. Thank you.
It's okay. No, officer, you have spoken. You have spoken to the extent of in context with your office, but there's also a legality that is greater than your office. It's called the Federal Constitution of Nigeria. It is the highest. Before we came here as law-abiding citizens, the police is fully involved and all the relevant security agencies fully involved. In a country where in just a few days ago, people were burnt in Kano, people were shot in Rivers State, people were cut down, Nigerians like you were cut down in Lagos. As it stands right now, the law that permits the 2022 electoral law that states the procedure for election that was signed into law by President Muhammadu Buhari is in the dustbin.
At the moment, yes.
That's right. Everything that holds our constitution has been put in the dustbin. And the National Assembly, who enacted that law that President Muhammadu Buhari signed into law, are mute quiet. It means complicit.
Yes.
You cannot be telling Nigerians our loyalty is not to him.
Exactly.
As it stands right now, our loyalty is not to any leadership or anybody. Our loyalty is to the state. It is the Constitution of Nigeria. Exactly. And like you rightly stated, he is our servant. He should be grateful that we came here today.
They should be aware of that.
There is no legal standing in a country. As we speak right now, there are people in the bush kidnapped by ragtag army, people who are not even trained. People are crying and weeping. We have undergone the most fraudulent election in the history of global election. And you are here looking at people who are dead, and you are telling them, officer, that a man who enacted a law that he could not even stand by, that we voted for and put in place, that we need a special permission in position to see him while we are here. People, it is impossible.
It is impossible.
I say it is impossible.
It is impossible.
The world is watching now.
Yes.
We will give him 15 minutes.
Just 15 minutes.
15 minutes because he's listening to us. The chairman of the National Assembly, who has failed in every ramification.
Yes.
We want him to report here now.
Exactly. In the next 15 minutes.
Because we are law-abiding. This is our plea, this is our prayer, this is our call to give the message that we have. We already gave a message yesterday for the sack and prosecution of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu at the INEC office.
Yes.
We are coming here to remind those who made the law, who have gone mute, but because we are custodians of the law, 15 minutes, otherwise the world will hear us.
Nigerian people! Right! Nigerian people!
This is very important. This is where we are.
So are we good?
Hold on.
That guy should stop that thing.
Let's go. Is it okay like this? Yeah.
Nursing the bruises of hope. This is why we're here. Today we mourn the demise of credibility, the rape of trust, and the abuse of will. Today we stand in the ruins of transparency, on the emblem table of inclusion, equity, and accountability. Today we are voices toneless, stripped of the music of choice. Today, we are Nigerians broken, calling on INEC, the National Assembly, and the presidency to count our votes. On the 25th of February 2023, Nigerians trooped to their polling units with one mission: to cast their votes and choose their next leaders. They qualified for this exercise by participating in the year-long continuous voter registration, which witnessed an unprecedented spike as never seen before since 1999. Months later, they returned to collect their permanent voters card and went home with a commitment to participate and engage with the...
Ah, God! Why do you brought me to this Nigeria? What is my sin? Kí lẹ ṣẹ̀ mi gangan? Kí ni ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mi tó fi dá mi sí Nàìjíríà yìí? Ìkíní, èkejì, ẹ̀kẹta. Ah! Ó yẹ o.
We are demanding that he should be prosecuted. We also demand, and that is what we are all agreeing, that we should have a transition government to take care of another election. Are we all agreeing that we do not agree with the result of this election? Those who do not agree say nay. Those who agree say aye. You see, when I know they listen. When I know they listen. If no exam now, when I don't follow. Don't worry. So, what they now be say? What they be say? The INEC chairman has found us.
I think I've got a muted stuff. I'm sorry. So if the audio jumped itself, sorry, if you can't hear me before, you can hear me now. All right. I think it's all right. It should be all right now. Can you hear me now? I bet it's all right. So I was saying earlier, when you saw this image, when you had this image on your screen, right? That was Kolu. After seeing everything going on, majority of you may not know. It hasn't escalated yet. You may not know that there are protests going on in Nigeria since this election, no, because they haven't shot and killed people, and it hasn't become bigger yet. There has been protests in Abuja for days now. There has been protests in Nasarawa for days now. Sure you get, And as it be, even people are confused. Those who are in support say nay, nay. Those who are not in support say hi, hi. You know they listen. The best way they call ourselves no get sense. Confusion everywhere. Those who are not in support say hi, hi. Those who are supporting say nay, nay. You know they listen. That's the confusion brought by this clown. His name is Mahmoud Yakubu. There are protests going on. There are planned protests. There are huge ones also. NLC joining. A lot of things going on. And that is why Kolu screamed. I wish he was him and not Festus or Fraudsters Otobokeyamo. Right? Now, if you are still watching me, well, you're probably still watching, okay? So, if you're watching on YouTube, where we have over 4,000 of us already, we have over 600 of us on Facebook. So if 600 of you decided to pay your tithe on Facebook, that means we have 600 shares, 600 likes, Now, if 4,000, over 4,000 of us on YouTube, if all of us decided to just go there and pay our tithe and, pay our offering, go and like the video, that is going to be massive too. But you know something? I haven't seen Kolu. I haven't heard from him. But I have heard many times horrible things from those who are waiting for their turn under Kolu. For example, Fani-Kayode, for food Kayode, after seeing everything going on, they kind of believe that some people are putting pressure on the judiciary, especially the obedient, trying to harass and bully Nigeria judiciary into annulling Tinubu's stolen election. Remember, they are the one who said you should go to court. If you go to court, what do you go and ask court? That they should confirm Tinubu as winner. Is it not to go to court to say, no, he didn't win, stop him, Abi? So why did you tell them to go to court when you don't want them to annul your election? See now, Fani-Kayode is now threatening Nigeria that they will make Nigeria ungovernable if anybody try to annul the election. The propaganda not start. He deleted this tweet. For example, if you try to go and look for it, you will not see it. He deleted it, the coward. He is also the coward who threatened Joe Biden and America that if they don't call Tinubu to congratulate him, once Tinubu become president, right, America will pay because you cannot disrespect Nigeria president-elect. And then all of a sudden think the president of the biggest black nation on earth, the biggest African country, blah, 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 blah. Now, this is Fani-Kayode threatening Nigerians. He said, annul Asiwaju's election and we will annul your brain. Violence. People that are preaching violence are now the ones who are now accusing others of incitement. He said, given what the opposition are planning and doing, despite our attempt to keep the peace, see the Olori Bruku that is keeping the peace, the drug Shoko. We are going back to the trenches. Those attempting to intimidate courts, destabilize our nation, and stop the swearing in will rule the day. They are going to start ethnic war, tribal war, if any, for any reason. And let me tell you this, right? For those of you who probably don't know this, if they had declared Peter Obi the winner of that your election, by now, a month after, number one, you won't have the governorship election, maybe. By now, we will be counting bodies. And then you'll be knowing some areas that you can't go to anymore. From northern Nigeria, down across the country, to the western Nigeria, to Yoruba land. They would have started an unimaginable war. Well, not war. Violence. Attacking people. Just same way they planned and prepared for 2015. That if for any reason, Goodluck Jonathan decided to stay back and fight back, they will unleash the terrorists on the whole country. And they even said they will capture Jonathan like they did to Gbagbo in Ivory Coast. Some of you may probably have forgotten all of this. They were threatening Jonathan 2015. If he try anything, they will give him the Gbagbo treatment. They will take over Abuja. They will kill it, all the Igbos, everybody who is trying to, it was hell. I think that was the moment the guy said, my re-election, no blood of Nigerian is worth my election. Do you remember he said that? This bunch of terrorists were threatening him. And later, when they unleashed the terrorists on the rest of Nigeria, the terrorists themselves said, APC, Egbekegbe brought them and they abandoned them. All of these are facts. I'm not making them up. That's what APC represents. That's what would have happened. If APC lost the election, if they lost it to Atiku, they won't fight much. But if they declared to be winner, you will be surprised. Why? And at that point, you probably will think they will never allow him to be president with all this violence, with all this crisis. I'm saying this because I saw few of the plans. I heard some of them brag about them. But immediately, you know what I mean? They were able to work on INEC, compromise it. There will be no need for any war on the Igbos and non-Yorubas alike, okay? But going to court, look at them. They are already inciting their base. If anything should happen in court, it is not because Tinubu stole election. No. It is because disobedient, they bullied the judiciary to annul the election. And that is going to be war from the people, from the winner. But on the other hand, they will tell you, disobedient are going to create crisis in Nigeria. They are ridiculing the judiciary. They are bringing the judiciary to the, are you mad? Are you dead? Were you dead when Bokwari, because of his 2019 election game, decided to, in the middle of the night, to invade, and he invaded all the judges in Abuja. He invaded their quarters in the middle of the night, accused them of corruption. They march all the my lord out, into the DSS question room, interrogation room. Did you forget that? Now you can't say because they don't beam the searchlight on the judiciary. The young people are ridiculing the judiciary. They are spoiling the judiciary. We witnessed that. Oh, they ridiculed the judiciary simply because they wanted to remove the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Onogen. They said, Onogen, you Onogen, you have a special account abroad. We saw $1,000 inside that account. You are very corrupt. Oh yeah, resign. If you don't resign, we are going to deal with you. They had to harass several judges, bundled them in their pajamas, took them straight to the DSS detention for 2 days. Judges in Nigeria, only for them to come later. Bundle the Chief Justice himself straight in front of another criminal called the Code of Conduct Bureau. Have you forgotten? At the end of the day, they said Onogen is suspended, and they brought in Tanko technicality. He became your Chief Justice of Nigeria, acting. INEC rigged the election in 2019. Then when you went to court in 2020, you met Tanko technicality there. The rest, they say, is history. Isn't it? So, don't pretend that anybody is actually ridiculing the justice. You are putting the image of my lord on which year? How could you people do this? You are calling for war. You are calling for war. Don't call for war. Where you see them, expose them, record them, capture their voices, record their video. Wherever you see them, post them online. That's your power. They want to take it away. Don't let them. Ever. And that is why when they have a chance of going on TV, they threatened everybody. They gaslight everyone, and they insidiously reveal what they are actually doing by pointing the fingers at others. See Festus Otobokeyamo doing what he knows how to do best, gaslighting. I'm coming back. Don't go anywhere.
Into that controversial section 134, because on this program, I've had to speak with a former NBA president, Olisa Agbakoba, who 2 or 3 months ago raised this matter and said it's going to be a problem and it's likely to cause a lot of chaos in our election because, according to him, it's not clearly stated whether or not FCT has the constitution captured it. But let me ask you, what he said, part of what he said, and part of what the opposition has said is that when you tell people to go to court, it then means something. That you steal something from them and you are asking them to go through a process in which you are predetermined or you have your way around that process. So just hang on. That is one of the interpretations of go to court coming from your camp.
Just hang on a minute. If I don't say go to court, what will I say? It's a rhetorical question I'm asking you. If I don't say go to court, what would I say as a winner?
But does it also mean that
will I say come, let's fight?
Does it mean that you predetermine the process?
No, not predetermined. I'm only asking you a rhetorical question that answers your question. If I don't say go to court, what it means, if I don't actually use that word, that sentence, is that avail yourself of the procedure of the machinery for addressing your grievance as provided for by law. That is what it means. I'm only saying it in specific terms, go to court. If I don't say go to court, the next thing I will say is that, come, let's fight. So why are they using such phrases or such sentences in a derogatory manner? It is what is provided for by law. And people have actually retrieved their mandates by going to court. It is only when it does not favor you. And that is what the Labour Party is doing. And that is why I had to petition them to the DSS. There's a build-up to something that they are doing. There's a build-up. The build-up they are doing is to rile the people up, pump them up, and then turn them against the judiciary, that if your judgment does not go in a particular way, and that is why he has come here yesterday. He came here yesterday to say the constitution comes interpreted. What does that mean? He's telling the judiciary that this thing, I have interpreted it, the people of Nigeria have interpreted it, and if you say anything different, they will come after you. So what? And so, no, I need to make this point. I need to make this point. That is where they're going. And so they are setting up a scene for rebellion. And they are setting up a scene to blackmail the judiciary. And that is why if you go online now, I have alerted the DSS that they have camped some boys in one popular hotel in Abuja. And I will give that information to the DSS, where they have told them every morning to be pumping out, online messages to rile up the citizens, cause fear, and all of that. And so what they want to do is to say once the judiciary now goes another way, then the judiciary must have sold out. So and that's why they are threatening the judges. Now, they have gone up to that point. I want to make this point. Nigerians must know that the Labour Party online touts now are threatening judges, threatening their families, exposing them. Go online and see what is happening. And so there is a situation where they want to create fear in this country. They try, you know that during the elections, they tried to threaten people to support them. They failed. During the announcement, they tried to threaten INEC. So everything about them is threats. To threaten INEC to support them, they failed. Now they want to move to the judiciary. It is enough is enough. Shehu, we are ready. Let me tell you this. People who voted, the majority are that, who voted for Asiwaju and the APC, they are the silent majority now. And so if they think they want to push this country towards NSAS, where it was citizens, NSAS was a situation where citizens were dissatisfied with a policy of government, an institution of government called NSAS. That was totally different. But they think they can rile up and citizens towards a situation of SARS again, but NSAS. But this time they should realize that this is not activity; it's pure politics. And if you want to do that now, it will not be citizens against government; it will be citizens, voters against voters. People who voted for the ruling party.
You imagine that the mandate of your candidate and for your party, is it popular?
So I will ask you this question, a rhetoric question again.
No, I'm not supposed to answer questions. I'm supposed to be asking.
No, it's a rhetoric question that I'll use to answer you. That Peter Obi, with the kind of message he preached, did he expect, in all honesty, a man who came third or saying the confessed, did he expect, in all honesty, to win in areas where that message did not, go down well with people? He was telling the churches, take back your country. Take back your country from where? Now, look at the heat map of the votes. Look at the Nigerian map. Pick it up and look at the heat map of his votes. He succeeded in those areas where his messages sank in about Christians, take back your country. He forayed into the middle belt where Christians are predominant and ended there. He could not go further than that place. Look at the heat map. And so the heat map exactly reflected the kind of message he preached to people.
So within the ambit of the law,
I'll tell you this.
Within the ambit of the law, if someone is hurt by a process and he lost out in the process and he thinks that that loss was...
Did you see that? Did you see the misrepresentation of what really happened? It's called gaslighting. Some of you may not see the tenets of gaslighting if you are not the type who knows how politicians gaslight people. I will explain to you. We all saw the people who threatened people because of election. The people who had the resources to rig elections. We know them. Then, turning around, we saw those who publicly, openly threatened anybody who will not vote for them. And they went on to carry out that threat, including death, killing people. APC, Egbekegbe, people destroying people. They have the resources to carry out an attack. They have the resources to rig an election. And they have the resources to unleash monumental damages, physical damages on people. But do you know the people they always cry about? The obedient with phones on social media, online. Go online, they are bullying us. Go online, they are abusing us. Go online, they are about to cause war. But guess what? Who are the real people attacking people? These established criminals. So when you see somebody who says, he's obedient, he says, your papa, your mama says, that's how you obedient are doing. You are so insulting. Every small thing. You better don't put this country, don't set this country on fire. But when people get attacked, beaten up, caught, even killed, simply because they are obedient or they are not in support of these people destroying people and then APC, you will see the same people, they will say, sorry. That's why I'm saying that you should be careful. Everybody should be careful of what they say. Are you serious? That is called gaslighting. You kill people who have no resources to fight you physically. You pick them up, arrest them, and lock them up. Then you turn around and say, hey, these people are going to cause problem. Oh, if you don't control these people now, they are going to cause problem in Nigeria. Oh. Look at them now. They are about to cause problem in Nigeria. Oh. They are intimidating everybody. Also, you'll be like, oh, it's true. It's true. All disobedient, You want to burn this country. You want to burn this country, Is it only you? You disobedient, Obi is saying that Christians should take back their country. Christians should take back their country. Were the Christians the only person he told to take back their country? What about those refugees in IDP camps? What about those victims of kidnappings that have been abandoned by the government? What about those poor people whose children are turned to Alimajiri, beggars in northern Nigeria? That he also reached out to, and he told them to take back their country. What about the students that you locked and then shut their schools for 8 solid months? He met them and he told them to take back their country. Why are they using Christian, take back your country? He went to church, take back your country. Oh, he didn't. His message didn't pass so place. But his message got somebody elected in faraway Kaduna, where Kaduna Littlefinger was, he's running a Muslim government. His message got somebody elected in that place. His message got somebody elected a senator in Abuja. Are you saying the Abuja people are Christians? But it is called gaslighting, okay? Gaslighting. Just say it. And some people will be like, it's true. It's true. You disobedient. You better don't start what you will not finish. They are killing them. They are attacking them. They are hot. As in, you can see what they are doing to them. All they need is just to gaslight them. Then you can start warning them. Start telling them to be careful. You better don't go out there and protest. They will kill you. You better be careful. Because you justify them being killed, being shot at, being kidnapped, being locked up. You justify that. Then you blame them for asking for it. How do you think gaslighting works then? Do you understand how it works now? They will gaslight them, blame them, everything they are doing to them, they will blame them for, like they are the ones about to do them to the people who are doing it to them, and you will be pumped up enough to say anything they get, they deserve it. That's how gaslighting works. And you're going to see a lot of it in these coming days. But how are they going to build around that with these women? Especially in Nasarawa. Is Nasarawa also Christian state? I mean, what? Nasarawa, what? Okay, look at the Nasarawa women and men.
Yare bane. Kwai ma mutane gonne kawai. Ai ma mutane gonne kawai. Akwai madana. Akwai bandara na. Akwai Hausa na. Akwai Alagwa na. Akwai Giliya na. Akwai Yana. Haka sata na ga ya ma jama'a ku. Ma mutane yare da kowa. Za mu ci gaba. A cikin agwiwan mu za mu ci gaba. A wannan tafiya ne muke na za mu ci gaba. Manya ma na bi, loyoyi ma za su bi. Duk hanyoyin da za mu yi domin mu karba abin da aka yi mana.
Yanzu za mu sake koma yadda muka yi tafiya a hankali. Za mu taka kuma mu bi ta wancan hanyar.
Do you want to know their story? In Nasarawa, the obedient, they overran the state, okay? And it was 100% for obedience and the OB. So in the presidential election, they delivered Nasarawa. People were, how did they win in Nasarawa? Well, they tried to rig them, they couldn't. They overran them. But it's a very, very complex story. The Nasarawa politics. The Nasarawa as a place, as a state, that name, Nasarawa, is Hausa name, Hausa word. The people that are in Nasarawa, they are not Hausa. They have nothing to do with Hausa. 100% nothing to do with Hausa. But there is something that happened. Before the creation of the state in 1995, there were an intentional, coordinated mass migration to some certain areas in northern Nigeria at the time, including the Nasarawa, what is today's Nasarawa. So when they started putting names down to have states, the Fulanis that relocated to that part of Nigeria, they were already kind of positioned. Okay? Give them like 2 local government areas. Once we create that state, give them 2 local government areas. And then you see the real people who are actually the owners of the place, right? Put them in the second fiddle, as second fiddles in the ruling, in whatever happens in that state. It doesn't really matter. The state shall be led by Fulani. Rigging or no rigging, it shall be Fulani. Now, for years, those who are the indigenous people of Nasarawa, who have to bear a Hausa name as their state's name today, they have been unable to surmount the political, roadblock that will actually make them or put them in charge of their own affair, except the 3% Fulanis who are living in that state, including their current governor, who is a Fulani. And now what happened is that after the presidential election, right, they now came together. Those ones who were in PDP, those ones who were in APC, they said, wait, let's take a look at our candidates, okay? We have the highest numbers of local government today. We have the highest and the largest population. But we are always at the beck and call of these riggers, the Fulanis. Now, I am saying this not because I actually want to be so kind of single them out, but it is the story of how divided Nigeria is and the injustice of the inequality that is systemically put in place. How it is tearing Nigeria apart internally. The Igede and Idomas are fighting as you are watching this video now. In Benue, Igedes, Idomas, the TVs, they are fighting themselves because of something so mundane as electricity, sharing electricity. Okay? But all they need is just something. Right? But when they are not fighting, the division, the subjugation, the marginalization, the inequality that Nigeria represents, including all of these states that you see in Nigeria today, right? That of Nasarawa, they couldn't have it anymore. 24 years of being led by the minority. Rigging from Abuja. 2 local governments will overrun other local government areas that are over 10 local government areas. 2 local governments. And that 2 local government is where they cook the figure from Nasarawa. PDP, APC, doesn't matter. It has to be led by Fulani. So they came together. They worked hard. they won Nasarawa presidential election with wide margin for Obi. So they now made a deal that, okay, we're going to vote for PDP in Nasarawa. Somehow, they pulled it together like they did in Benue. I mean, like they did in Jos. And as usual, two local government result is far more than the result from other local government areas where APC lost woefully. And that's why they hit the street. If you don't understand what they are saying, again.
Okay, Christian, okay, Muslim, okay, na wuli adini ne. Wannan satanan duka ay mana. Wannan satanan kai mana kuma ba na ba wai na wuli. Yare bane. Ko ai ma mutane gonne kawai. Ai ma mutane gonne kawai. Akwai mada nan. Akwai bandara nan. Akwai Hausa nan. Akwai Alagwa nan. Akwai Migiliya nan. A cikin agwiwa mu za mu ci gaba a wannan tafiya da muke nan za mu ci gaba manya ma na bi loyoyi ma za su bi duk hanyoyin da za mu yi domin mu karba abin da aka yi mana.
So let's go back to the alarm raised by Kolu. I don't want you to buy any of those. No, I don't want you to. Yeah, they're worried. They are worried that if protest breaks out and it's out of control, of course, there will likely be no inauguration or any swearing in. So what they have to do is to ensure that they are open new prisons and then lock hundreds of thousands of people up. Or they should do what they actually know how to do best. Behind the scene threats to those they believe are outspoken. But there's something I can tell you from what Keyamo, the fraudster Otobo Keyamo said, which is right. Something is building up, and is building up so fast. The world, especially the young generation that these guys have taken for granted for too long, they have tasted blood. And they are not backing down. Do you want me to explain what I mean by that? 10 months ago, or 11 months ago, they were pumped up, like Keyamo said. They were so convinced that they have the number to send all of you, career politicians, career criminals, and state-sponsored criminals, that they had the numbers to actually retire all of you. It was like an illusion or a delusion. In fact, you laughed at them. Look at them, deluded. They don't know politics. So deluded. Your OBs, if your OB see 100,000 their votes, I'll give you 1 million naira. If OB win one local government, I'll give you 10 million naira. It was all ridicule. From after ridicule to after, from one ridicule to another, to another, to another. You were all feeling great. You could tell. They were just naive. They had no understanding. You would teach them a lesson. Not knowing that you are actually all those who are going to learn something. And we are all learning now. 11 months after that, they had to unleash never seen before state-sponsored violence to stop them. In fact, they put them at the top list of the threat to the establishment in Nigeria after 7 months. Their existence is still a nightmare to those who used to tell, they used to tell us how powerful they are and what they can do. So you are not laughing anymore. You are not. A lot of you are not laughing anymore. You are not laughing at them anymore. 11 months. From nothing. Absolute nothing. With all the rigging and violence, manipulation and others, they produced 8 senators. Shangiliti, they had no resources to rig election. You know that? 8 senators. 36 House of Representatives members. 1 governor. And 72 state houses of assembly seats. From nothing. From the crucibles, or what do you call it? From nothing. So they are your nightmare. If they say judiciary is on trial, as you can see, even your Chief Justice, Bamidada, he go do skits to prove to us online, when we bring him out as they have done so far. Yes, Chief Justice will do. He will do skit. He will go to mosque. He will go to toilet. He will eat. And at the end of the day, the obedient are even demanding that they want live streaming of the court case. They are demanding for that. And with what I know about them, they will get it. And that's to tell you that laughing at them 11 months ago, shooting and killing them, intimidating and harassing them, seems not to be working. See your Chief Justice of Nigeria. Okay.
Sorry, get my view.
Baboni Baba. Is you okay, sir? Am I about straight? Am I about straight? Walk straight towards me, sir. Okay. How many of you are holding phones? This one is holding. That one is holding. It's about 8 of you. What are you doing? Daddy, don't worry. Just walk. Just walk. Okay. Echo, walk. Walk straight. Chief Justice of Nigeria, because Tinubu and APC, whatever they touch, they destroy, they ruin. Now it is the turn of the judiciary. No amount of blackmailing. Your propaganda work well on these old people. I can give that to you. Sure you get. You see all those people who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And we know your propaganda works on them. Their mind, can easily take in your lies. Once they take in your lies and they absorb them, the job is done. But you see this Gen Z, these young people, you see why you have to do a lot. You see why you have to shout. You see why you have to scream, trying to convince them, trying to make them believe you. They don't need all of that. You know why? Because what they have known, or the information they have access to, majority of them are not even using them against you yet. But they will get to that stage. Sure you get. They will get to that stage whereby they will use them against you, and the entire establishment in Nigeria that is already dying, fighting their last battle, and sinking as expected. Oh dear. Somebody actually said, he asked Obi, what are you going to do with these people? What are you going to do with all this energy? What are you going to do with these people who are raging, angry with Nigeria, the establishment, the system? But you, who used to be one of us, now you the benefit them. What are you going to do with them? Because if you can't control them, they will wreak havoc, which means the establishment is actually worried at the phenomenon of the obedience. Exposing the judiciary is going to be the last stroke that is going to break the camel's back. And I'm here for all of it.
All that, I mean, for someone to start and within 6 months, Peter is a symbol. It's not him. What does he say that we haven't heard of? But he is a symbol that reflects two things: the anger of the people and what could be. He says the right things, and people have keyed in onto it. Now, if Peter were running on the platform of PDP, he won't get that traction, right? So today, and I said this to him, you have an army of young people who see hope in you. What are you going to do with them? You can't. They're not going to join PDP. They're not going to join APC. But they have tasted blood. They want to be involved in the governance, the politics of their country. And they see you as your arrowhead. You've got to reflect. You've got to know what to do with them. You've got to provide them a platform. They're pursuing their ideals. And it's a righteous one. Everyone has a right to employment. Young people have two options. Either they leave, and you see a lot of that happening, or they stay back and fight it out. For them, they have nothing to lose. And that's what you saw. Now, if something is not done urgently, it will go from a passive revolution, which is what we had on Saturday, the 25th, right, to an actionable revolution, which is what we had when we called it NSAS. In fact, NSAS was still passive, but NSAS in Cross River was not passive. They destroyed. You don't want that on a national scale. Because you can push people to the brink. Is what's happening.
Does that make any sense to you? Is a member of the elite, Donald Duke, the former governor of Cross River State. They talk about all of this possibly. They talk among themselves. They saw an averted revolution in 2020, right? They saw the build-up, the anger, the rage. And they tell themselves, we don't think we will be able to tame this for too long. It might look like it's been tamed and tamed and tamed. This energy. And then the further destruction and then the destruction of Nigeria, as we can see, is building up this frustration very soon. Now from streets, they're going to hold us and tear us down. And if you want to do anything, he says something, he said, they've got nothing to lose. Do you remember when I said something similar? That they've taken away everything from us as a people. And they don't even give a damn about it. Sure you get? They don't see it as that. They have taken away everything. Freedom, liberty, free will, good life, what do you call it? A protection, rule of law. The real law. Citizenship, something that makes us or gives us a sense of belonging, something that connects us to a nation that you can say, this is my country. Something connects me to this country. They've taken all of that away from us, subjugated us. And they expected us to just say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. No, there will be a time that a lot won't say yes, sir anymore. It is going to be a pushback time because we've got nothing left to lose. Have you not noticed? They stole everything from you. Now them get them. When you look at the way disobedient operated and still operating, they are showing and telling the whole world, they've taken everything from us. We've got nothing else to lose except our lives. So if you have taken from us, if you have stolen from us, if you have oppressed us, if you have been an alibi, if you have been an enabler, if you have been a collusionist, if you have colluded with the people who did this to Nigeria, a day is coming that you're actually going to be asked and you will not be able to pay back. There's no amount of what you've taken from them that will be enough to pay back what they will demand from you. So when Keyamo says something is building up, he's right. When Donald Duke says that this is going to be from passive revolution to actionable revolution, he is also right. In all of this, now the people where they dig the pits, when you get sense, you found yourself in a hole. Shouldn't you stop digging? Politicians have ruined Nigeria, divided Nigeria, stolen Nigeria blind. They've corrupted the entire institutions in Nigeria. Nothing, absolute nothing. actually works for real anymore. What does that tell you? Anarchy, chaos, looming. And the man that is like what do you call that? I said, I mean, is it the Moses that have to like part the river, make peace, and let distressed and oppressed pass? And he doesn't even know. He has it, or they gave it to him. Maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't. But exemplary simplicity, like Dick said, a lot of people believe in Obio, even Soludo. The Soludom that is trying to play smart one today, marker is 365 days that he was sworn in as governor of Anambra. And somehow they said that Obi doesn't really plan to steal your show. It just happens like this. So they said that it just happened. And Soludom was there standing like, what the hell? What the hell is this guy doing? How could he just come in now? Especially now that I'm actually talking. Soludom was talking. And it was probably like enjoying the momentum. Obasanjo was seated and people everywhere, the whole gallery was filled to the brim. The entire space there was filled to the brim. And he is the governor, the center of attraction. And Obi walked in, and everybody just switched. Waiting. I'll be raging and fuming on that stage, like, damn it, look at them. I have the other video where Solo Dumbo was saying, it's okay, okay now, it's all right, hey, yeah, it's okay. I think the former governor is just walking in. I said, Solo Dumbo. Anyway, that's just by the way. If I actually saw Tinubu screaming, help, they want to annul me, they want to cancel my election, please help. That would have been so hilarious, right? But it's not him. It's not even talking. We don't even know if he can talk. We don't even know if currently he's a vegetable too. We have no idea. Except whatever Festus Otobo Keyamo tells us, except whatever Fani-Kayode says, except whatever Bayo Ononuga says, who else is there? Except whatever Dele Alake says. Now you are back to that era. They say your president is a picture. Photo. No be juju be that. Now your president is a picture.
Nigeria president now photo. Everybody go snap photo with her. Say our president they snap photo with the Bishop of Archbishop of Canterbury. Hey, snap photo with the Rogers. Hey, snap photo with this one. Now president now photo on a vote. Your president is now a picture. Photo. Not be juju be that. Not be when our fathers die for each other and we they cover them, keep them for house, they pour libation. You lose a prayer and say, Moko Buhari boy, you lose Buhari prayer. Oro lose that. No ruler. Shitombo arembofu.
Shitombo arembofum. Alaji Asari. Mama Peace. Let's scream. Call. I am here to help you. Pick up your phone. Call in and make your own contribution. Tonight, Mama Peace, please call them.
Shay, help us, oh. Help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you, come, I want to help you. Come to find your child, your missing child. Will you keep quiet? No. Child, there is God, oh. There is God, oh. The bloods we are sharing, there is God, oh. 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 There is God.
We have got the opportunity to serve again for additional 4 years. And Nigerians will know the difference. We have.
Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
How are you, sir?
I'm very fine, Papa.
Brilliant.
And this is Makwete again.
Say that again. Oh, yes. This is who?
Makwete.
Solid, Baba. I can hear that. Makwete, yes. You are live. Everybody can hear you. Please.
Okay, this is the state of ethical reorientation. I don't think it again. This is the state of ethical reorientation. The same thing, vis-a-vis senior qua non. They are speaking the same language. Yeah, it's very people. Maiyegun,
yep.
I owe you high esteem for all the programs, everything you have been doing. Okay?
Thank you.
But it's not solving the problem. The problem is within us. We. How? How can the problem be solved if we, the problem opener, the problem
all of us were creating the problems.
Don't know where the problem is coming from. And we are still creating more.
We are creating more.
So instead, yes, you have to sit down. Your orientation, I've done a lot of things. I've told you long ago that I left Africa for the past 24 years. I've never been there. I don't want to visit there. I don't want to see anything there. Okay, that's my own case. It doesn't concern me about it. But all these scenarios, all these things we are seeing, how? Because it was very painful when I left Nigeria. They drove us off. We the fighters. They drove us off. They now left with something a make way. They say, this is YouTube. You cannot go there, you know, because of the war fighter, you know. They now left Tony Kabaka with a more low are they talking about? Those are their targets to come and be taken. If we were there those times, because I said I've never stand there because I've built my generation here. But it's very painful that these people that give this generation for me, I can't have to reward them. So how can I pass? My children, they are going up. The other one is going to marry tomorrow. You know, that kind of stuff. I'm very sorry, you know, but let us have hard. Our country,
we will have to continue, especially the part of the reorientation. I can't really deny that. We really need to. It may not seem that it's working, but let's be honest, right?
It's difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult. Look at Oshowore. That man fought for another 12 years. How is it going to do? I'm a very big fan of him. You know, look at, you know, we are all fed back. Look at even you. Maiyegun, we are here in Scotland. It's like a home, blessed. When I wake up, I have some bells, you know, canaries and otherwise that when I just wake up, they start greeting me.
Nature and all that.
Children, all stuff, you know. But it's not in my home.
It's not our
Where will I get home? It's not in my home. In one way or the other, they are still teaching me. Though I'm okay. In money, no, but in debt, and otherwise security that my country is lacking.
Anyway, thank you so much for that. I struggled all through to understand everything he said. However, I pick a lot too. Hello there.
Yes, hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
How are you?
Yeah,
do you mind if I ask for just a few seconds from your time to just give me a few seconds, okay? We were over 5,000 of us on YouTube earlier. Now we have dropped down to about 4,700 of us. But guess what? Only 1,400 of us have actually deemed it fit to like this broadcast. Come on. It's not going to take long. Just leave the chat room for a second. And like that broadcast. You know, go die if you do more. Trust me, it's so easy. But if you don't want to do that's fine. Hello there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Sorry for keeping you waiting, right? Please, go on.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Nice to hear your voice.
Well,
I'm very grateful for you.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank God for your life and life of your family.
Thanks so much as well.
The good work you are doing, the God Almighty will continue to bless you.
Amen. I know that. Thanks.
What we Nigerians are passing through are I don't know how to put it. During 25th of February, I was down there in Port Harcourt.
Right.
In my presence, where I cast my own vote. There is one man called Tony Okocha. He's from APC. He's from that community. Right. Immediately, I cast my vote in Bolu Primary School, UPE Primary School, all over the world. Anywhere, they're hearing the vote. They know the place.
Everybody's hearing, I know.
There. Yeah, I was there presently. When I cast my vote, I went back home and came back again around 3:30 when they start counting the vote. When they start counting the votes, Tony Okocha came there. Immediately came there, he commanded their community boys, the Bolu people, Bolu. It's very known place. He commanded the Bolu people to smash the ballot box. The INEC woman that posted in that primary school was there presently. He's telling those INEC officials, let them pack, let them go. People ask them, we have already counted the votes. Let them record the result. Let them record the result in the ballot box. Those boys and the woman and the police, everybody, they are there presently. Nothing like I sent some video for you when you watch my WhatsApp. I was there. Not somebody told me. They carried the vote. They carried the ballot box and everything and went away in presence of everybody.
And the result was later announced. But behind all of you.
But the result was later announced because when I video when they're counting it, people will get in my opening unit there.
Yeah.
People Labour Party get 187 votes, while APC gets 17 votes, PDP gets 16 votes, and one other party that gets one. They carry the ballot box. In that primary school, it's around around 18 or something polling unit there. Yeah, all of them, all of them was won by LP. You see, we are telling you.
I've seen all the videos. Yes, I've seen all the videos in your WhatsApp. I would like to look at some of them as well and share. Yeah, Baba. I mean, thank you. Let me take another call, okay? Go on, please.
Thank you, sir. You see, the type of impunity this man called Wike doing in River State, God Almighty will punish him.
Amen.
He cannot go scot-free.
He shouldn't, but it's Nigeria.
You see that man do, what that man do, that man so-called Wike do in River State, God will see him through.
Amen.
I'm telling you the truth.
Thank you so much. I can see some of his evidence, by the way. He actually indeed a while back, he sent me loads of videos, and it's actually where they're counting votes and all that, including some that looks like people actually like running away there too. I don't know. It's so sad. Somebody who actually traveled back to Nigeria to participate in that. Imagine that disappointment, that heartbreak, bro.
Hello.
Hello there, Baba.
Alpha, how you doing?
About just there, yo.
Good job, Baba. Good job.
I was away yesterday, and everybody was like, "We are looking for you." I was waiting. Maybe you were going to come back.
Honestly,
man, people need to know the secret. Okay, see, if I'm going to go live, except if it's an emergency, whenever it is 7 p.m. Okay, usually. If you're watching me right now, this is 2 minutes past 10 o'clock in the evening. Now in Nigeria, it is 2 minutes past 11 o'clock in the evening. All over the world, you can set your time based on how you set your time in Nigeria and then put it back an hour. Now, if you want to know if Maiyegun is going to go live or not, just come on to MaiyegunsDiary Politico on YouTube around anytime from 6 o'clock in the evening, anytime from 6 o'clock. So when you check, you will see a scheduled broadcast. That is to say, Maiyegun is going to be live. If you don't see anyone by 7 p.m. and there is no setup of any upcoming broadcast, Maiyegun is not coming live. I am probably taking a break. I did yesterday. I needed one. Sunday, how are you?
You do, Baba. Baba. I think point that we have right now in Nigeria is a normal thing. You don't become normal, and it's a replica of every institution in that country. I mean, for example, look at just what happened yesterday.
Right.
I want to take people away a little bit into Sport Era. The Super Eagles lost the game yesterday with a lot of players that are doing well in their club, various clubs. What I want to try to bring out is this: those guys are doing well in their club, but each time they come to play for Nigeria, is a big problem. They say this is a replica of a good Nigerian doctor or a good economic who's a Nigerian. Whenever it's in that country, can't perform, but immediately he step out of the country,
they leave.
They perform properly. So I mean, these are the things people need to start thinking. We have a foundational and institutional problem. Remember the last time I spoke, I said, Baba, we have a safe state. And when you have a safe state, that institution is not working. There's nothing you can do about it for now, unless those institutions are.
I don't know why I said that if you find yourself in a hole, right, you should stop digging so that you can take a look around you and see things you can fix or not. But if you continue to dig, that means you're going to be deeper and deeper in that hole. People who dump us in this hole, they are not giving up. Today, they are still digging. They don't give a damn about how rotten it is.
Yeah, you're very correct. You're very correct. That's why that's why I've been your own person when it comes to breaking up those scandals, those sham institutions.
Yes.
There's nothing good is going to come out of those things. Nothing good, Baba. Nothing good. Look that in there. anything. Those institutions are rotten. They don't care. They don't care at all. And when people talk, they say you want to take our job. Like what that idiot says, because I just don't understand when people just come, when people say the truth and you come out and portray rubbish bigotry, things that are not true. You know?
And they are good at it too. They will do something and they will say, now you the do them. Or they suspect that you're about to do it. And they have to allow the people that you're about to do. Meanwhile, they are the one doing it. I have studied them for a while. I just feel sorry for people.
I honestly, I think that was my point that I didn't want to bring out this night, because I just want to let people see that nothing is going to work. What is working? What is happening in Nigeria? What is happening in every institution? Sport, whatever, medical, health, whatever. That's what is happening.
And it's only when you get closer to them that you realize, unfortunately.
Yeah. Baba, let me allow that.
Thank you so much, Tunde. I'll take another call. I have someone on the line again. Here. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Thank
you. Baba.
Ọlọ́run á tọ́jú ẹ.
Àmín.
Kò síbẹ̀rù fún ẹ o.
Tó. Kábíyèsí o.
Kì í ṣe pé bí ń pa ẹ́. Kì í ṣe pé òun tọrọ jẹ. Ẹni tó bá ti wà lóyìnbó tó bá mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe kó máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Gbogbo tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí, Ọlọ́run fẹ́ ká tún gbọ́ jù báyìí lọ ni. Mi ò lè parọ́ fún ẹ. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ kan, mi mọ your area of specialization, but only general knowledge of life. Tá bá ń sọ nípa human being, you are a philosopher.
Thank you.
You are a abstract thinker. Ohun tó ń rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ò rí. But you want people to see it. That is why you are saying it.
That's right.
Oh, Soroko, you said something. And what you said was that all the powers, they have taken it away from us. Fundamental human rights. Prosperity. Instrument to make somebody better in life.
Exactly. Self-esteem, self-worth, citizenship, protection, security, things that actually give you worthy of life. They deliberately took them away from us, intentionally.
It's a statement, and it's very, very rich for whoever is knowledgeable. Okay, when we talk of rule of law, I need to some extent. This is my second time of having a discussion with you online.
I can remember. Yeah, please, sir.
My name is Abolabi. I'm one of your top fans.
God bless you.
You said that. To my own best of understanding of rule of law, it has three meanings. Supremacy of law.
Number one.
Equality before the law.
Number two.
Fundamental human rights.
God bless you. Number three, sir.
If any of those is missing, there won't be any progress. Yes. Now, what is going on now? You can see that all people all look for government.
They are.
And they're very close to their grave. And they are not ready to leave the power to the young ones.
No, because they said you can't train old dog, new trick. We have to either died in this archaic mentality or fight. And I think fighting is what is riling them up right now. Like, why would you fight? Can't you just obey? They're surprised.
It's only God that brought Obi. If Obi joined PDP, no exposure
at all.
People will not understand what is going on. It is people within themselves, among themselves, that will rise up
and fight.
Because there is no point when you are in a society, we have some bad eggs. Oh, what is going on? It has been on for a long time.
Good news, sir. It's
Good
like
news.
like
even
the
when you are
fight is
young,
the new
when
one.
you when you are young, when you are in the secondary school, you know, I told you that time I was a teacher for 25 years before coming down to America.
Bless you.
When we are in the school, they know me. And some people must have been hearing what I'm saying now. They call me Mr. Jabba. I don't belong to any atrocity when it comes to examination malpractices. And these teachers, they will gag against me because I never participate. They even come to me to give me money. Because they know me as somebody who doesn't tolerate nonsense. All these atrocities, so it crossed across the board. Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa.
Nobody is scared.
Everybody is involved.
Everyone is in it. Yes.
Yeah, but those who are not involved are very, 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 very small. They will tag them. You see some teachers, they will be fucking the student. And when I go to the class, I'll be telling my students, you are doing rubbish. You can fuck yourself. Why do you need to fuck teachers? By the examination, WAEC. You see some people, they will come because they have the money. They will bribe the teachers. There are some teachers, will be responsible for every subject. And this money is a peanut.
It's peanuts, sir. What they actually have to spend and I mean to sell their souls for. So thank you so much. Thank you.
And these teachers, when they close, after closing hours, you still find them in the school. And their fathers, their mothers. Why are they doing all this? Poverty. Think of one thing. The principal of a school doesn't hand up to 300,000. A sole administration of a school
doesn't hand up to £300 a month.
A sole some principals, they don't have cars. No fans in the school. And they are saying Lagos State is a mega city. No computer for students. Where does he get his money? In America, if you go to the bank and you are about to deposit $20,000, they will look at you. Where do you get the money from?
Where did you get it from?
Yeah. They will question you.
You are so right. My bank called me when I was raising fund for that, for the legal fees of the people arrested in Nigeria, the Igbos and the others. Yeah. When we're raising that money, so that money was passing through my bank. Now they didn't have any problem with the money coming through my bank, coming. But the moment I started transferring the money to the owners and these people that were supposed to get them, my bank called me. First, they stopped all the money that I was trying, because in a single day I sent about 15,000. No, sorry, I sent out about 10,000 pounds, and they were like, "Why would you do that?" I was like, "I've got almost 30,000 pounds in my bank. It's not my money. They're donation, right? So I'm going to have to pay them out." They said, "No, you have to come to the office." So they allowed me to send out about 4,000, and they held on to the rest. And I said, "It's me." No, that they said, "No, we understand it's you." But so when I went to the bank, they took me inside and they were like, "Are you sure? Like, is everything all right?" I said, "It's not my money." Here is the link. Look at this place. That's where the money is coming from. Here in this country, you don't just put huge amount of money in your bank and that's it. No, it doesn't work that way.
Let me tell you, brother, with
sir.
this prevailing situation, we have got into the apex.
The zenith of all of the old nonsense, yeah?
We are COB, when did it start? Not up to 1 year.
It's not up to 1 year, sir.
See people has mobilized. See people who he talked to, you know, within the inner
that's
circle.
what Donald Duke said. Donald Duke was like, what is he telling them? He's not saying anything so special. Yeah. And they will do anything just to get him there. So what is he going to do with them? Sir, let me take another call, so that we can get everybody on.
Okay. I will say, another thing I would tell you is that
yes,
continue with what you are doing.
I will.
People are behind you.
I know. Thank you,
You
sir.
are the symbol. There's nothing they can do to you.
Nothing.
And I trust you. You have independent mind.
I do.
And the Almighty God.
And I'm also financially, sir, I am also financially independent. So if you are going to come for me, if you're going to come for me,
I like you.
You will likely have to,
so much.
you know what I mean? You likely have to have something solid that is not shady before you come.
I like you so much. I may not see you before I die, but I have you. No, it's a fact. I can't deceive you. But I always make sure I pray for you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Continue to, and you'll be good forever.
I will. Thank you so much.
You know,
sir.
I told you the other time.
Yes, sir.
That I'm happy that you marry Oyibo.
I also have a I also have a Ijebu woman, as well as my own Ijebu children. By the way, and I love so much.
You know, it doesn't matter that you have crossed all over the place.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. I think Ken is in.
Yep.
Ken, so sorry. I've got loads of people. You know, when I speak to these elderly people, right? I kind of, I wish it's not live so that I love their gist, sincerely. However, I just have to let him go. Okay. Sorry for keeping you waiting. Ken, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Well, I'm here. I'm all right. Thanks for asking.
Good.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I said there's pressure.
Pressure day.
Wow.
Pressure. Okay. So, pressure. You know,
many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure to what? Yoruba.
Ken, you there? Sorry, I muted you. Sorry. Ken.
No, I'm here.
Brilliant. So, yeah, please.
So, please, Maiyegun, forgive me for my laughter.
No, it should be part of it. I mean, you can't swallow. I mean, can you swallow laughter? No, you can't. Let it out, please.
So Maiyegun, like myself and the Temple of Truth has pointed out from the beginning of this Charade election and up to now. You can see that just as we predicted, that is exactly what played itself out right here. We watched the part one of the rigging, and then we thought maybe we'll probably the part two might not be as exciting.
No, like we expected them to disappoint us. Okay, like now you see now it's not better. INEC said it's going to be better one. Now you see it's better now. But did you see what they did in Enugu? Enugu returning officer went to Abuja with the result. When he got there, they gave him another result, and he publicly said this result was given to me by the INEC chairman, Mahmoud. I don't know what is in it, but I just have to read it. They read them, they announce the winner. In Nigeria, I see what I know go there. Ken.
And that, like we said, Nigeria is a crime scene.
It is a crime scene.
It's a crime scene. So, as you watch the part two, if you remember Maiyegun, the part two, and then you saw, just look at that wonderful movie in Lagos State, where literally every thug in Lagos are moving from one local government to another, telling people if you are not voting for this person, hey, don't bother. Listen, openly, and then they still went ahead and still announced results of those same areas.
Do you want to see the number of Agberos, thugs in the mega city captured in a single image? Ken, thank God you mentioned that Lagos, okay? A while back, they were destroying Lagos. I think it was in 2021 or thereabouts or so. The thugs were fighting. Guess the commander of all the thugs in Lagos, that's MC Oluero. He did something very, very surprising, right? He invited all of them to a meeting somewhere in Oshodi. And he told them, all of you from Lagos Island, I want you in Oshodi, come around. Now, look at this video. Ken, just quiet, okay? This video, these are just Lagos Island thugs alone. Young people who have now been conscripted into that hard life by making them believe that extorting people is actually a job. I'm working for NURTW. All I do is just go to work. I have family. I have wife. I have children. Now they are saying I'm a thug. Maybe all of you would rigged, attacked in Lagos. You probably will see the person that attacked your own polling unit in this video. Ken, please sit back. It's just a minute. What do you call it? 90 seconds of video. A minute 30 seconds video, okay? Talking about Lagos. Okay. See these thugs. They are the Lagos Island thugs only. Ken. That is Tinubu's legacy of 24 years. Do you see those young men?
Yeah.
Those are the army of young people that Tinubu have raised in Lagos as thugs. But they call them NURTW. Go on, sorry.
What we just watched is the fact that he said, after using them, now they are being fed to the wolves. They are thrown under the bus.
They do that all the time. They use them and dump them. When they need them again, they go to the prison and release them for election. When they are done with them, they send them back there. Some of them, anyway.
Then it boils down to the same thing, what we've been saying here on the platform. That Nigerians generally they are irredeemable. You cannot redeem them.
It is sad.
You cannot redeem them. Look at these ones. Look at how young these ones are. Just imagine what these ones will turn out to be if they were not being used like a rat dog. Look at these ones.
Look at those wasteful energy, wasteful adulthood, when they could be more productive for themselves, to their communities, to their country. That's what they have been conscripted into. Like, that's what they have been reduced into. Thugs. Political thugs. How could I respect people like that, Ken? How could somebody say I have no respect for elders when I'm talking about criminals who ruined lives of those who are supposed to actually be the future, our future, and they still don't give a damn? You actually want me to respect people who does that? Who did that? No, I won't. I can't respect people like that. No.
It's a hopeless situation.
It is.
I'm sorry. Forgive me, I'm sorry, but it's hopeless. These people are irredeemable. You cannot help them.
No.
It is better let them wallow in their misery. You can't help these people. You can't. Maybe I'm not saying all of them are. Everybody is bad in Nigeria,
but we have to help themselves. That's the point.
Exactly.
If you can't be helped, you can't be helped. There are people that cannot be helped, right? Majority of Nigerians cannot be helped. That's a fact.
They cannot.
And these people that cannot be helped, they are drowning the people who are tired of being the victims of the same system. And it is exhausting. Let's be honest. Nigeria and Nigerians inside Nigeria.
Before I forget,
Ken, please.
So that I can go.
Yeah.
Did you see the I think you said it in your last episode, the grenade, the nuclear bomb P2B did in his position.
Yeah.
Where he suddenly just smuggled in the drug issue and the certificates.
It's called, I think they had a name for it. It's called an ambush.
Exactly.
You know, they were preparing for him to prove that they rigged the election. Okay?
Exactly.
But this guy came back and said, I've done my research and my team are going to present eyewitnesses to confirm truly that Tinubu actually broke the law in so many places, right? Including drug trafficking. Now, it's now left for the court, according to Obi, to let him go. If the court lets him go, then that means the court, they said, well, Nigeria can be led by drug dealers. That's it. He would have done his own job then. Well, I tried, though. Your court says
the panic.
Go on.
But let me give you an update. The panic situation now is that the people. I don't know whether you remember when I told you about that, my friend, that it's an APC guy.
Right. I remember.
Now, the guy said the panic is so bad that most of the lawyers APC are trying to gather to defend Tinubu. Most of them are looking at what the structure of the petition will be presented, and they are so badly worried because one, that court verdict, which he paid that $400 something thousand, I don't know whatever. It's online. That document is online there. So which means whatever the outcome of it. The outcome of that fulfillment, that the judgment is that Tinubu was charged for drug activity,
heroin and drug smuggling, illegal money laundering, acquiring properties through illegal means. I mean, if you want a video, I can send you a link. You can sit down and watch the whole 30 minutes of Tinubu's drug case in America. Well, you know what makes Obi's case different, Ken? Is actually bringing witnesses. Okay, we investigated the case. Okay, is bringing them to Nigerian court. But you know something? Immediately they said, "Oh, Nigeria will not give them visa. America no get jurisdiction in Nigeria." Say, sit down, boss. They don't need visa. They don't need to come to Nigeria. They will give their testimony, and if your court says no, they will give your the testimony to us online. Now we go judge. Shebi Tinubu won't be president, Abi. Drug baron, Abi. Don't take any evidence to stop him. They go give the evidence to us online. Online courts will judge. And that's how you deal with that. Don't be so.
It's a mode, Maiyegun. The panic in the APC
it is. But do you know something, Ken? Do you know something, Ken? Tinubu is so confident that this whole thing is just noise. If everything ends up, it will end up in the Supreme Court. He would rather deal with the end of the Supreme Court than start dealing with some lawyers, San, and the rest. And that is why they are trying to make it look like, hey, we are going to win in court, but these people are not going to accept the result. That is why they are now saying they won't accept. So that is exactly what Keyamo and Co want to start now. To start gaslighting the people that, hey, we are very sure that we are going to win in court. The judges are going to give us judgment. But you see all these OB people, they won't accept that judgment. They are already saying it that they won't accept it. Sure, you get now. But the whole thing is just like, the panic mode, like you said. And when you are panicking, you are bound to make a lot of mistakes, don't you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. You, Thank you. Let me take another one.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
God bless you, sir.
Bye.
That's a Ken from the US, by the way. I have another call on the line. This time, I think the UK. Hello.
Hello, Baba Maiyegun now.
Hey, brother. How are you?
I'm blessed, thank you. Anyway, it's going to be a quick one. Yeah, let's go for it. You see this issue of Tinubu?
Go on.
You know what's going to happen?
Tell me, please.
Tinubu is going to take heel and he's going to be sick. Therefore, he's not going to come to court. Mark my words.
That's
number
so
one.
Easy. He could use that as an excuse, not showing up.
But when it's time for swearing in, then he's going to turn up. And then the court will adjourn the case. They're going to keep adjourning the case. So I don't think we're going to get any peace from that aspect. But what's the solution? You see, there's a fundamental problem here.
It is.
You are making a massive impact. It's about this awareness. But I wish we have the equivalent on the Igbo side as well. Yeah. Which is not too militant, but to have conversation and hopefully
conversation, broaden conversation, right? Sometimes it's not always what you want to hear, but it is actually an insight into what is going on that could actually help you in your private small room there to understand better what is going on, and in fact help you react to them even better.
Absolutely,
not everybody actually wants to have that. No, I understand, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, really one thing that, because me, myself, I have Igbo friends.
Right.
And I'm even doing I'm a messiah, so to say.
Okay.
But when I'm reading their views, some views that look we don't like because of the issue happening in the East. Some don't want to be part of that. You understand? But two people here. Number one, it's a bit of digression now.
Oh, it's all right.
Your princess, your princess is just like partnership from heaven. Yeah, and we thank God for her.
Well, I'm so lucky, Auntie. I mean, it's not just me. I think it's the entire platform. We were just lucky to have her. You really need to see this woman outside the YouTube and all that. Too. Honestly, you'll be surprised that why is she here? Princess, why are you here? Like, why are you with us? Right? If you see her outside, but that's it. We're lucky. And I have many like her.
We know.
Many of you don't even know yet.
I know. I know.
Like
I don't want to pick her out of the. I know there's so many that I do not know. But
go on. You have to know them. I'm going to be bringing them out soon. You need to know the women in my life.
God willing.
You need to know the women in my life. Go on.
I thought she challenge you. Ask Princess to recruit people like herself. Well, it's not good for her to be a leader alone.
All right.
We want to see her recruit people that she knows, because I think she's gifted so that if you see somebody that is like yourself, Maiyegun, I'm sure you will know that you share the same thought. Even without talking, you can read that person's mind because you know your spirit is in that person. You know, telepathy. Exactly. So, Princess, if you just challenge her to recruit people, that are like so that can to be trustworthy, that they do things with all their might, with all their strength, and they have passion for what they're doing.
Honesty, I like that. She's hearing you. Don't say
I know.
Princess. You are actually telling her. You don't know. She's listening.
I know she's listening. And you know what? The one she said, and I keep saying that word to you. Anytime I call you, I keep saying it. I say, Maiyegun, last, we are going to have to wear our boots, our bulletproof, our march down to Nigeria, because this thing is not a joke. Somebody called one of them, they said, look, Nigerians, they're too weak to fight. And when I do the analysis, and I can see it's very, very true, and I will tell you why. It's only Nigeria that all this is, imagine all the trends. You will expect Nigeria to have hit the streets, like the NSAS. In fact, that NSAS should have been the real thing to pull and to turn everything upside down.
This I know, but
absolutely.
Practically,
but you know what Nigeria does?
Well, when you're fighting all the principalities like you have in Nigeria, there, sometimes, once it is not spontaneous enough, or it is not the time, it is not the time. When it is the time,
no, Maiyegun.
But again,
Maiyegun. You see, Nigeria. You see, we have fundamental problems. When those children were out there, Mama should have joined them. Mama Peking, like people say, they should have joined them.
Mama Peking, they did join them. Go back onto MaiyegunsDiary Politico, right? October 2020.
Okay.
I did an extensive report on NSAS, like all the raw information, how they happened. When they happened, including the day of the shooting that became the symbol of the whole protest today, I covered it. You will see people, they were coming out to say they are standing by the children. They're standing by the young people. It is their future. It was magical. See, bro, it was magical. The day they clamped on them, the day they clamped on them and shot and killed them, it was like Nigeria died that day. See, when you have the time, you don't really have to. You don't really need to watch audio video. Just go back onto MaiyegunsDiary Politico. From October 4th.
I will do.
When the protest kicked off, October 4, 2020, I was there. I covered it all through, including when it switched. Including when it switched from NSAS to palliative crisis. Remember when they ordered their palliative for coronavirus?
I saw a bit of that.
I saw that.
I saw that bit. I saw that bit.
That will refresh your memory. But like you said, when people are ready, go on.
They will do it. Okay. Now you see, what was I gonna say? What is going on at the moment? Is a fundamental theory. You see this one that happened recently that they use in out within Gbadebo. It's called conflict theory, and this is is proposed by Karl Marx.
Right.
So, Niger, a black person we read so much, they don't use their knowledge to do good things. Yeah. They cause conflict between Igbo and Yoruba so that they can own the day.
Divided,
You see?
And then they can
but you know what?
That and keep power.
Yes. And then we call something about Machiavellian theory, whereby he that is going to rule, he who wants to reign, that does not kill Brutus, or he who wants to find a republic that does not kill the son of Brutus, shall not reign for long. So, and this is a dictatorship in the story.
It is.
You get it? So this is where they're going. So, like I said, they swear these people into there and there today. You know that democracy has come to the end. And what did that guy say, Kiamo, that he was talking about it? He said, you have to pick these people up. But that's exactly what's going to go on. Before I conclude,
that's what we're going to blow into a full-blown dictatorship. If you disagree with them, then you are an enemy of the state. You deserve to be locked up.
Yes.
Killed. How do you think they're going to do that to everybody? Just by
Maiyegun, you'll be surprised though. No, Maiyegun, Nigeria now, as it is now, we've been enslaved.
Sadly.
Yeah. Let me tell you where it could really go pear-shaped, Maiyegun. If we are not very careful, we are sleepwalking into slavery. You see, what they want to do now is they probably want to make Nigeria cashless. If Nigeria becomes cashless, we are in trouble. I have a feeling these people are not acting on their own. You see, that NSAS is a wake-up call for them. So they want to control the cash within the system. Imagine, for example, if they withdraw cash in the system now, they want to make everything, want to go cashless. You know, the support they are getting from from we diaspora, that means it's going to be monitored now, because I bet you're going to be electronic. Anything that comes electronically is seen. Whereas the cash, it can come through different windows.
Different means as well.
You know, somebody can go, they can go, they travel via aircraft, you can give it. Somebody can come from Kutoni, they can give it. So they don't know where it's coming from. So Nigeria will become
that having access to that huge amount of money is influencing the rising discontentment in the country as well, right?
Absolutely.
We'll explore. We need to explore that angle of yours, that theory, right? Thank you. Let me take another one.
Definitely. Take another one. Okay, I'll let you go. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. I like the fact that when my friend says, let me digress a bit, or should we see it from this perspective? Or why don't we look at it from this angle? That is one vista thing about us on MaiyegunsDiary Politico that I cherish a lot. I don't take it for granted.
Hi, Maiyegun.
Sir, how are you?
Hi, Maiyegun. How are you?
I am very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Nice to speak to you again. Like I said,
it's such a pleasure.
Nice to speak
and thanks so much for keep trying, right? For keeping trying, because I saw you there that you've repeatedly. So it's a pleasure talking to you too, sir. Please.
All right. Okay. Right. What's the point I want to go this evening is that if you look at what is happening now, these are APC government. They are preparing people to let them know that they're going to rig the election. Are they going to they're going to the court.
The judiciary too.
Rig the judiciary, yeah, like you said. You see, just take it. The CJN, an able-bodied man, was traveling and he went on a wheelchair. That tells you that man obviously is a man of a criminal intent.
They're all criminals, aren't they? But they say, oh, my lord, don't say that about my lord. Okay, my lord, sorry, sir. You are just a criminal, 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 a criminal. Right, let's try it now. I think it should be working now. Can you hear me?
Yes, everything is cool. Can you hear me as well?
Sorry for that interruption, okay? Please go on.
No, please. It's okay. It's okay. Right. So that tells you that the man that is going to judge that is a criminal himself who has made it odious to you.
He should recuse himself from the case entirely. He should not be part of it. Some people are already saying that.
100%. The point is that disobedience. I know the way we are having now. Obi is a man who is at the right place at the right time.
Lucky man.
And things is exactly. But the point is, what we got to have now that we have to remember that this obviously Obi will not get the mandate in the judiciary. Let everybody have a mandate. So what everyone has to be preparing, you cannot, I'll repeat it again, you can't get this in by negotiating with them. You can't get this thing by, if you like, block the road from morning to night. They will not going to, in fact, Tinubu will not even listen to you. It won't make any difference. The only thing that will make difference that this has to be a violent, because it can only get things of a violent demonstration.
Like a pure war revolution. Even Fani-Kayode, they will run. Where can he fight? It will run.
There's no way we can get if it's not a pure revolution.
And that revolution will be happening towards that now. Can you not see? They're already pushing people towards that. They are not trying to scare them and say, hey, be careful, oh. Don't start what you can't finish. Oh. We know that you are all getting ready. You want to start something. Oh. They are pushing people there, and they are telling people not to go there. But the way it is right now, everybody they go last. So I can smell it.
You know the arboros. You know these arboros. The arboros you showed today. Those arboros you showed today. Those arboros will be a weapon against them when the time comes.
And it won't take long. Even their soldiers, even their police, they will drop guns, drop everything, and face them too.
Drop everything.
And that's what they fear most. They believe that that is the end goal of this whole thing. Whether they are telling themselves that or not, or whether they are telling themselves that and they don't believe in it, or whether they believe in it, right? They can smell it. That this whole thing, the people no longer believe in INEC. No, they don't. People don't believe in the judiciary. And they believe that the moment the judiciary is lost to these young people, that's last ghetto. Nothing they hold them again. Nothing will hold them again. And that is scary for the...
No, you don't know that the Arboro, Tinubu have, since for the past 24 years in Lagos, he has amounted those kind of Arboro. Those Arboro will be the one fighting him again. He has actually trained the soldier that will kill him.
When the shove come to push.
Those Arboros are the ones that will fight him again. Because he used this Arboro against those Arboros will later turn against him. Because who are they going to fight? Who will they fight? Because this is completely catastrophic. Everywhere there will be a eruption of violence here and there. There is nowhere Nigeria will not, even Tinubu himself, how will he accept to be a president that is where you are talking to people and the people feel that you are not a legitimate president? How would you have a conversation with that people? How would you
them? How can you have anything to do with them when they don't even want to see you?
Look at their face. How would you look at their face? And when they're looking at you, you are talking on a national day, you want to make broadcast budget, and they look like, what is this criminal?
You'll be an impostor. That's true.
Impostor. So how do you have that kind of communication with people? It's
and
not
I think
possible.
it's one of the battles they are fighting too. Legitimacy battle. They said that disobedient, they have rubbished Tinubu's victory. That today, it's like it is Tinubu that is begging people to see him as the president-elect in Nigeria. Have you not noticed? That it's like the one begging people to say, can't you see me? I'm the president-elect now. Have you greeted me today? I'm the president-elect. Oh. Do you know me? I'm president-elect. Oh. It's like he's the one doing it. And he's blaming the obedient for it. He said they've taken away legitimacy from him. And they are telling him that we have not even started.
If Tinubu and his people are very clever, it's actually to plan an exit strategy. Because he has no legitimacy to face any Nigerian. I'm telling you, he has no... That is the worst thing that will happen. To be honest with you, the best possible thing that will happen actually to bring Nigerians together, if in the right frame of mind, is actually to cancel this election and to be a rerun of election. So that Nigerians can believe there's nobody that came through. Because they damage the whole situation is that even Tinubu damage it in a sense that he didn't understand. If this election was a free and fair, he could have won the election, nobody would care. Obi could have won it, nobody would care. So Tuku could have won. But for the fact that the rigging was so odious and so violent, so violent and right in people's face, and you're telling them, what can you do? I am the Baba of Nigeria. If I do it, what the hell can you do?
What can you do? What will you do? What will you do now?
What would you do? What would you do? I've done it. Okay, do you? It's just not possible. So he has created.
Do you know one of the things that gets people angry? Do you know one of the things that get people really angry is that, like, Tinubu actually feels like he could do whatever he likes and get away with it. Now that is so unbelievable in Nigeria, even as much as traumatized as Nigerians are. That's something that will automatically make them feel like, who the hell do you think you are? That you can just take the police, do what you like with them, take the military, take the INEC. I mean, then take the court and just do whatever you like. Really? Oh my, no go easy. Oh. I hope they are all ready.
And look at it. Imagine in the household of Nigeria, both in diaspora, in Nigeria, Nigerians are sitting around the table with their family eating dinner. And your father is telling you, your mom is telling you, see them discussing that the president that is coming is a criminal. How does that kid think that you? That your president that is coming, these are dining table talk all over. People are sitting, those who have household, kids, 10 years old, 15.
And they say 17. That man is a criminal. He's a drug dealer.
The president is a criminal. Which nation does he want to lead?
It's a tough one.
Which nation?
Let me take another call, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Tonight, such a pleasure.
Right,
so let's have another caller. If you are still watching, right, on YouTube and you haven't really paid your offering, okay, you can please like that video. I mean, that's your offering. It's not tough. It's free. Hello there, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
I can hear you too. Yes, sir. Live and direct.
First time caller.
Wow. I can sense that. Yeah. You are well.
Yes.
Now you believe it's live. So
Olakunle by name from US.
Say that again, sir.
Yeah. Olakunle by name from US.
Olakunle from the US.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yes, sir.
And then I know we've met many times. You've been a regular. But speaking directly one-on-one tonight, it's my pleasure. So everybody can hear you too. Please, go on.
Yes, sir. Yes. I just want to, there's one thing the last caller said about how kids, as in children, we grow up recognizing their president as a criminal. You know? That's a very sad thing. Then what I want to say to my Yoruba people, because I'm a Yoruba guy,
Beautiful.
My own thing tonight, I want to say something to them because, look, they've been bashing left and right anyone that opposes the Milocon, that they are bastard, or they are this, they are that. Oh my, anyone. See, let me even say this before I even go. See, Baba, since I started watching you,
yes, sir.
As in, I see my replica, as in, my replica in you.
I mean, I know I wasn't alone. How did I get all these people who listen to me if we don't have a lot in common? I know I wasn't alone. I know my thoughts, every anger in me about Nigeria and all the criminals in Nigeria. I knew I wasn't alone. So I am back on this journey 10 years ago. I knew I wasn't alone. And I'm glad today I found a lot of people, like minds. So yeah, we are replicable, Baba. I get where you're coming from.
I see myself in you. Because, you know, as an individual, you are the biggest thing anyone can do to themselves is for them not to know who they are by themselves. But once you know who you are, that is the most important thing. Now, back to my Yoruba people.
Yes, sir.
Please, don't be deceived. Always stay on the side of truth. All right?
Supersonic jets, Elon Musk jets.
Yes. And you are imposing yourself on people. Who does that?
No, doesn't work that way.
You said people say they are solving. You said, okay, as you go, you are solving. Okay, go and get your PVC. They got their PVC. You override that and you put yourself on them.
And then you want peace. And you are complaining that they are complaining.
See, yes. Now, that woman, Kiyamo, can you imagine that?
Go on, Baba.
In general. Let's say
Tinubu, what's the difference?
I said, what's the difference? Nítorí kíni, nítorí owó, nítorí dọ́là, nítorí pound.
Torí kíni.
I mean, what is this? I just hope Nigerians will not let them go this time around. Well, I hope so. I hope so. They won't let them go. I hope they won't bow to their oppression and suppression, because that's what they've been doing.
They are pushing. You see, something is this, there is actually massive protests going on in Nigeria. They are underreported. I have to say this to you. For days now. Here you get. In Kano, in Kaduna, in River State, okay? In Imo State, in Enugu, in Kogi, where Yeyebelo comes from, right? People are protesting that they were rigged. Nasarawa, Niger, Bauchi, all these places. But you know why they haven't really made it to the front pages yet? Now, because they have not started their normal killings. And the likes of Yamo at FFK, they are encouraging that. Once they start,
that's idiot. Idiot in Babonia.
Say you get it's unfortunate. FFK. And guess what? The same Fani-Kayode, the same Fani-Kayode had this to say about the Igbos not long ago. Stay back or listen. I want you to say something about it. Don't go anywhere yet.
So, do you want me to be honest or just speak, political correctness here? But I choose to be honest with you. And for me to be honest with you, I have to go back a little bit. But let me start with the situation that we're facing in this country today. If you believe that those that are in power in Nigeria today would ever contemplate the possibility of giving power to an Igbo man in 2023 or thereafter, then you still haven't fully understood the challenge and the problem that we have in this country today. You need to understand that the mindset of some of these people, not all, some, but those that Buhari represents, that is his own clique within the Fulani ruling class, not all Fulanis, but his own clique, who are in power today. Their mindset is that the most dangerous people in this country and the people that they must suppress more than any other are the people of the Southeast. And you need to understand that before the Civil War, and I need to go back in history because that's a damn good question and it deserves a clear answer, a thorough answer. Let's go back a little bit. Before the Civil War, these same people, he, for example, was active then. And you need to remember the role that they played on the night of July 29th, 1966, when the Northern Officers counter coup took place. And 300 Igbo officers were killed in one night, including an Igbo head of state. He was involved. And many of them that are running this country in that cabal today were involved, or he supported it. They said it was to pay back for what had happened in January 15th, 1966. Now, after that, what happened? The same people unleashed their people on Igbo civilians in the northern part of this country, and the figure that is often cited is 30,000 were killed. It's not true. So,
are you there, sir?
Yes, I am there. I heard everything.
That is the man. That is the man who is now helping the same Boko Haram to rile ethnic tension, tribal hatred and division, and they are calling for the heads of the Igbos. Remember the role they played on Bad Boy in Lagos? The same FFK.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do. Okay, that's what they do. Because Yoruba people will say, Tinubu hasn't lost any election before. He has 6 governors. Okay, you see, one thing about winning that everybody needs to pay attention to. Okay, it's not just winning. How did you win?
Just show us.
Look at this idiot.
You won, Abi. Oh, yeah,
yes,
show us.
Look at this idiot in Ekiti. He just go Ekiti to already serving election advocate.
Fayoshe.
To already election start all of a sudden. From nowhere, looking for ministerial position or whatever position continue now.
God knows what he's looking for. He's going to probably get something. They are all best of the same
No. He just doesn't back. There must be something he's backing for. All right. Only because
case in the FCC. Do you know that, Sha? That is case with the FCC. Looting Ekiti.
Yes.
It's still in court too. You may not see him in court all this while.
That's
a compromise now. They'll say keep your mouth shut. They haven't cleared him of Ekiti. Go on.
The election is fair and square. It's only somebody who is I said, okay, listen, I'm your bad guy, okay? I agree.
Yep.
I don't have any problem with Tinubu, but if you want to win the right way. Win the right way. All this you're winning all these years has been crooked way.
It has been violent and manipulated. Yes. It's never really won anything.
In Osun, in Ekiti, in Ogun, are you restoring them in fair and square way?
Let me ask you. Thank
you. Come on now.
I showed you.
Thank you, sir. Continue to do what you are doing. Look, we get here. We are here for you.
I know. I can feel all of you around me. Sure, you get. I can feel you, even if I don't see all of you. And that's why I said that whoever wants to try, if Maiyegun is just that guy, try me. Then you'll get to know that I'm not just alone.
It's like when they take. It's like when they take Igbo. Okay. It's like when you take Tinubu,
and they realize that
take your time.
Millions of people.
Do they think there are not thousands of Igbo already?
There will be millions of Igbo.
You know, I was telling about what the other day. I saw the picture of Nelson Mandela, and I said, come to think of it. Since the day I was born, 1984, since this present moment in time, I cannot say any of these Nigerian leaders that I can equate their integrity with Nelson Mandela. I cannot seen anyone.
No, you are right. You're right. Because even that same Mandela was tagged a terrorist, right? And after all of that thing that he went through, he passed through, and including the South Africans themselves, right? He got elected president. It was pretty much like the whole country wanted him to be president, just for them to heal, right? They made him president. He could have been a live president in South Africa. Nobody would dispute it. You know that. He served for just one term.
Yes.
One term only, just one.
Yes.
Yeah. And he left. So integrity, when you talk about this integrity, what you have in Nigeria is entitlement. People who feels like we hold them our lives. That we are breathing, that we owe it to them. So they are so entitled, right? That they are so angry.
They are so entitled.
That we are questioning them.
Yes.
How dare you question us?
Yes.
Entitlement.
Entitlement. That's what they do.
It's sad.
That's what they do.
Baba,
God bless you,
much, Thank you very much for stopping by, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I'm so glad
I with
you. I'll see you again.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Cheers, Baba. Nice one. So this is where we're going to draw the curtains. My time is so up. From tomorrow, our time is going to change, I've been told, which simply means that 8 o'clock in the UK is going to be 8 o'clock in Nigeria. It's not going to be 8 o'clock in the UK, 9 p.m. in Nigeria anymore. Our time changes tomorrow from tomorrow evening. I heard. Is it tomorrow or today? Well, it doesn't really matter. Tomorrow we'll find out, okay? And we can share the same time. You can adjust the time. It is still going to be 8 o'clock on MaiyegundsDiary Politico exclusive. Every 8 p.m. You can join me. And it's always like this. New conversation, new topic, new perspective, and a lot of people making contributions. And in most part of it, most of it all right. It's just for you to understand Nigeria politics better and see why a lot of people are looking for a time that this hegemony, this corrupt establishment, this imprisoned people will be free. Freedom is sweet. A lot is scared of even having a taste because having spent so long time in bondage of political manipulation, poverty, and on, I hope that the level at which the APC, including Tinubu, the way they are going down, that they will discover crude oil down there. And hopefully you will have a taste of what freedom feels like. The day you stand up against them and you get that energy, and say, and they will be gone. So you have to keep trying. Gaslighting or no gaslighting. It is Nigeria. The battle before you is huge. The principalities you are facing is massive. And none of the problems that created this whole conversation, none of them is coincidental. They are man-made. The people who created the problems are the people you are trying to wrestle. They are the principalities. And if you want to make any headway at all, just follow me. Like they say, if you're going through hell, just keep going. Keep going. Don't look back. Oh, I'm going through hell, Maiyegun. Please don't stop. Keep going. Because as they say, if you remain as their nightmare, it won't take long. Something is going to give. You have always been the one that has been giving in. Who knows? You may cave them in this time. If that happens, it's going to be this kind of feelings that you've never felt before, whether you are young or old. But with the way the APC is going, they've had everything figured out. They've rigged the election. They've rigged the court. They will control the military and the police. They are also spending money to buy the goodwill from abroad. Because legitimacy is gone from Tinubu. Tinubu has no legitimacy to rule Nigeria. The rigged election can be proved that he won. So at the end of the day, it will have to take more brute forces, or let me say more brute force, deceit, manipulation, and including death of people who would not keep quiet. So it's going to be a tough one. Like somebody said during the call, you've done the election, it didn't work. You want to try the judiciary, it's not going to work as well. What are you going to do next? Passive revolution or active, actionable revolution? I am Maiyegun, the general overseer of the Temple of Truth. You can count on me to guide you as all this, as they start happening or manifesting. I'll leave you to that. Remember, you can still like my broadcast if you haven't. You can still share it if you haven't. And you can also subscribe if you haven't. In all, I'm going to say thank you to every one of you. I'll see you some other time. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.